Good crowd is expected. In fact, a sellout is possible. Starting pitchers are right-handers. It'll be Ben Brown going for the Cubs and Trevor McDonald starting for the Giants. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Leading off for the Cubs tonight and playing center field, Pete Crow Armstrong. Alex Bregman is the designated hitter. Batting third and playing at first, Michael Bush. Seiya Suzuki is the cleanup man, Suzuki in right. Ian Happ is the left fielder. Nico Horner to bat sixth and play second base. Batting seventh over at third base, Pedro Ramirez. Ramirez batting seventh and playing at the hot corner. Miguel Amaya catching and batting ninth at shortstop, Dansby Swanson. Those are the Cubs. Here are the Giants. Luis Arraez leading off at second base. The Giants' designated hitter is Bryce Eldridge. Casey Schmidt in left field. Rafael Devers, the cleanup man, Devers at first base. Jung-Hoo Lee in right field. Willie Adames at shortstop. Matt Chapman to bat seventh and play third base. Drew Gilbert is the center fielder. And batting ninth and doing the Giants catching, Eric Haas. Haas. So there you have the lineups. The umpires have arrived. The umpires will be lined up in this manner tonight. Behind the plate, Tyler Jones. Clint Vondrak at first. Adam Hammery is the second base umpire, and Todd Tishner over at third. The announcement of the umpires, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Beautiful warm evening. It's about 63 degrees here at game time. Most of the field is in the shade. Game time temperature brought to you by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. We are ready to go. Certainly a good percentage of Cub fans in the audience. Let's see if the Cubs can make it three in a row as they take on the Giants. We'll be back to get it started right after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Ron Coomer here. Selling your house doesn't have to be complicated. My friend Jeff and his veteran-led team simplify the whole process. No repairs, no clean out, no months of waiting, just a fair offer, and you pick when you close.
Here's how it works. Give us a call and we'll visit your property and provide an offer and close on your schedule. Whether you're moving a parent or just going in a different direction, we make it simple.
Call them at 630-556-8892. That's 630-556-8892 or jeffbuysyourhouse.com.
It's game time, and that makes it the perfect time for a flight by Yingling. At just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor, Flight is the next generation of light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. Patrick, Cubs 2 in a row here, and as you were just saying in the open, a big swing of the bat by Michael Bush in the middle of the game, a 3-run homer, and Javier Assad once again, twice in a week, throwing great baseball against a very good Giants lineup.
Good pitching, good defense, and 3-run homers. Those will win you a lot of ball games.
I think that Earl Weaver guy, he kind of liked that, didn't he?
I think
that was his combination.
Among others, some we can't repeat on Cubs radio.
Right?
Tonight, the Cubs look at Trevor McDonald, a right-hander. He is 3-2. Giants in their home uniforms, black shirts, orange numbers on their backs. White trousers with a black and orange stripe going down the side of the leg. Orange shoes, black hats. Cubs in their traveling uniforms, the dark blue shirts, red numbers on the Cubs' backs, gray trousers, blue hats and helmets, blue socks, and sleeves. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Ron, I know you do your scouting report for every game, and you watch the opposing pitcher who's going against the Cubs. Tonight, that right-hander is Trevor McDonald. What's the plan against him?
Well, McDonald is a rare guy in the sense that he throws at three-quarter delivery, so you know he's going to get good movement on his fastball, and his slider is going to have big movement, or his breaking ball, but it's going to be somewhat flat and go across the zone to the righties. He pitches a lot like Matthew Boyd, Pat, with his two-seam fastball, but he doesn't use it as a sinker. He uses it up in the zone. So you got to make sure you get that fastball down to me. And for the right-handed hitter today, you've got if that breaking ball starts out at your front hip or your front shoulder, that's the one you want to hit. If it starts out in the zone, it's going to break down and away and out of the zone.
Cubs leadoff man is Pete Crow Armstrong. Leadoff man brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. First pitch hit in the air, deep left, back toward the fence. That ball is going to be gone. Pete Crow Armstrong with a leadoff home run to the opposite alley in left center, and you can hear the Cub fans here in San Francisco.
How about that? First pitch of the ball game, and Pete goes oppo. And I just said McDonald likes to pitch up with that two-seamer. This one was not up, it was down, and Pete hammers this ball. This ball is smoked to the gap. Actually, I think it was a little cutter slider, but he hit it in the gap in left center out of the ballpark.
And now Alex Bregman, the batter, takes inside for Crow Armstrong, home run number 12, RBI number 33. And Bregman, who had a hit last night in 4 at-bats, will swing and miss. Getting back to Benny's, the leadoff man presented by Benny's Beverage Depot with that leadoff home run by Pete Crow Armstrong. Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Well, that's the way to raise a lid on a ball game. Here's the 1-1 driven towards center field, playable. Coming in as Gilbert makes the catch in short left center, and Bregman is out number 1. And here comes Michael Busch.
Well, you talk about a demoralizing thing for a pitcher. You throw your first pitch of the game, and you get it hit out of the ballpark. You got to regroup quickly, don't you?
Yes, and Ron, I had just written down the note about an hour ago that in 39 innings of work this year, McDonald had only allowed 3 home runs.
Yeah.
So he has not yielded many gopher balls as Michael Busch fouls it at the plate 0-1. Not much room in foul territory here at beautiful Oracle Park. It's an unusual outfield that we have in this ballpark. And now the windup and the 0-1 pitch on the way to Busch. And he'll take a strike on the inside. It's only 309 down the line and right, but the wall is about 20 feet high. And then it gradually goes out to 365 straightaway right. Deep right center is the farthest part of the park, 415 in that little area way out in right center. And now the 0-2. Busch hits one in the air, right center field. That ball might get in the gap, and it will. It's going to bounce over the fence for a ground rule double, and the Giants get a break. Had that stayed in the yard, it might very well have been a triple run.
Yeah, this ball's well struck. It's a breaking ball, and this is that same pitch that Pete hit out of the ballpark to left center. This one comes more inner part of the plate to Micah, and he hammers this ball, and it bounces in that deep part of the ballpark out by that 415 mark on the track and bounces out of the park.
Doubles by the Cubs, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. And here's Seiya Suzuki. He takes a wild pitch. And going to third is Michael Busch. So the Cubs have a good chance to get another run right now. Ron, what's the at-bat going to be like for Suzuki?
Well, now you can see the Giants right away. They're playing the infield in. So you're just going to look for a pitch if you're Suzuki that you can just hammer to the middle of the park up in the air and drive in that second run. That last pitch by McDonald, he pulled that fastball. That had to be 4 feet out of the zone away.
A very wild pitch indeed. Here comes the 1-0 pitch now to Suzuki, and he'll check his swing and take down low, 2-0. Busch, the runner at third. Cubs lead 1-0. Such a plus on the road when you can have a big top of the first. And now the 2-0 on the way. And Suzuki takes down low. Green light or not?
I would say yes. He swung, I believe it was 2 days ago, at a 3-0 pitch. I like it. I've always been a fan. When you're going to get when the count is in your favor and you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit, why not be swinging?
Again, the infield in, the 3-0. And he's taking ball 4 down low. 3 of the first 4 Cubs have reached. Pete Crow Armstrong led off the game with a home run. By the way, Zach Zabin points out that is his first career leadoff home run, which surprises me.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't hit a lot of leadoff for the Cubs. I'm sure he did, getting to the big leagues, he did it a lot. But, he started out hitting down in the lineup a little bit, but not anymore.
Here is Ian Happ. Now the infield backs up and plays normal depth. First and third, 1 away. Happ batting left-handed. And Ian will take down low for a ball. It's an RBI spot. What's the approach?
I think same thing that we were talking out with Seiya. You're looking for a ball up and out over the plate that you can drive from right center to left center and get the ball elevated to drive in a run. That Frisco's corners are in, and they'll take the ball wherever the ball takes them. They'll throw either home or to second for a double play. See if you can hit one in the outfield or hit one in the gap.
Happ takes low and inside. Now he should get something to hit here. You wouldn't think after he just walked a man that he would want to go 3-0 on Happ.
Yeah, and now the catcher Haas going to go to the monitor. The whole infield's going to go out there and talk to him. Donald really struggling here in the early going after the first pitch homer.
He came in with a record of 3-2. He's relatively inexperienced, Ron. This is only his 10th major league start.
And that, like we said, that will rattle you. You throw your first pitch of the game and it gets hit out of the ballpark. It has not been good for him since.
Again, the infield back. It's 2-0 on Happ. Cubs lead 1-0, have runners at first and third. And now let's see if Ian gets something to hammer on 2-0. 1 away in the inning. The stretch and the delivery. Ground ball towards short. It is picked by Adama, steps on the bag, throws to first, double play. And that ends the inning. Cubs settle for 1 run on 2 hits. Leave 1 after a half. Cubs are on the board, leading 1-0 over the Giants on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Dancy Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth. Feeling smooth. Who said that? It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw. So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up-wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Coom here. Baseball's been around a long time, since the 1800s, when pitchers threw underhand. You know what's been around even longer? Yingling. Yingling started brewing in 1829. People were drinking a cold Yingling before baseball even existed. No box scores, no seventh inning stretches, just great beer that stood the test of time for 197 years. So next time you're at a ballpark, grab a Yingling traditional lager, because just like baseball, legends stand the test of time. Yingling is proud to be the official beer of the Cubs Radio Network.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Big, tall, strong, native of New York, right-hander facing Luis Arraez. And the first pitch to Arraez is high. As you think about Brown facing these Giants tonight, Ron, what's on your mind?
be on the attack with your pitches. Just do the exact same thing he has been doing his last 3 starts.
Arise takes low and in, 2-0.
He's been ahead in most of the counts against the hitters, and he's thrown the fastball and the knuckle curve for strikes early, and then the put away pitch can be, that knuckle curve or the other pitch.
Line drive, nice catch by Bush. A lunging move by the first baseman toward the first base line. Caught that ball inches off the dirt as he kind of sprawled in the dirt. He's okay and made a very nice play. There's a lot more hook on those balls sometimes than you can tell from upstairs, Ron.
Yeah, that one in particular, Arise went out around it, really hooked it at Bushy. That looked like a slap shot and a save. Where's our friend Pat Foley with that call?
Bryce Eldridge will take outside for a ball. Hey, you played some first base. You know those balls hit by left-handed batters.
Oh, yeah. You get that ball smoked at you, and it is not an easy catch. Bushy's made some really good plays this series.
Here's a liner foul down the line and right. Fans still filing in. We had a sellout crowd of 38,000 last night, and I'm told we're going to be in that same neighborhood tonight.
Well, we are in your hometown area. You grew up around here, so I expect at least 2 or 3 sections full of Hughes family.
2 balls and a strike. If you gathered all the Hugheses from all over the world, they might make up one section here.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch on the way. Line drive down the line and right. Trouble. Fair ball bouncing into the corner off the 309 sign. Fielded by Suzuki. His throw to second. A good throw. And he's going to be out. What a throw by Seiya Suzuki. From the corner in right. A 1-hop strike to Swanson. He put the tag on the sliding Bryce Eldridge, and that is out number 2. The Giants are going to challenge the call, maybe. Nope, they're not. What a throw.
A very good throw, and that goes right back to what we were talking about in game 1 of this series, where Suzuki can play in the gap, but that wall is so short down in the corner that you can get to the ball in a hurry. And the Cubs were fortunate. The ball actually hit the 309 sign and kicked right to Seiya, who made a great throw.
Fly ball to left. Right there is Happ to make the catch. And the inning comes to an end. Giants do not score. They had a hit, but do not leave anybody. And at the end of 1, Cubs 1, Giants nothing on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on 104.3 The Score.
Chicago weather is relentless. The ice, the snow, the summer humidity. Your home's exterior can take a beating. What if your siding was made to stand strong through it all? Hardy Fiber Cement Siding is engineered for our climate. It resists cracking in the freezing cold and won't swell in the summer heat. You get the timeless beauty of wood with lasting protection and low maintenance. Your home deserves the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com. That's jameshardy.com.
Heart surgery is no one's dream of retirement. I'm Beverly, and that's what I was facing when my cardiology team at Northwestern Medicine identified a diseased valve in my heart. But thanks to Dr. DeGang and Dr. Ahmad's expertise, I didn't have to have open heart surgery.
With access to the top heart and vascular program in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report, Beverly's team at Central DuPage Hospital replaced her diseased aortic valve using a tiny catheter, and she was back on her feet in just a few days. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
The winning lineup for your home starts with the appliance experts at Grand Appliance. With top brands like Samsung, Grand Appliance can help your kitchen and laundry room perform like an all-star. And with fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day, Grand makes it easy to upgrade your home with the latest appliance innovations. Shop grandappliance.com or one of their 12 Chicagoland locations to learn more. That's Grand Appliance, Chicago's hometown appliance leader since 1930.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
Top 2 in San Francisco. The Cubs leading the Giants 1-0. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time.
Rafael Devers will lead off the bottom of the first inning as we go to the bottom of the second, I should say. Top of the second, Nico Horner leads it off for the Cubs. Horner, Ramirez, and Amaya against the right-hander McDonald. Here comes the 1-0. And Nico takes a strike.
Now, we had a lot of action in that first inning, partner, both sides. We didn't get our read in. The first inning was powered by Invesco QQQ, just in case you were wondering. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Nico drove in a run last night despite going 0 for 3. I look for him to break out of this little mini slump that he's in.
Yeah.
He's hitting in a lot of bad luck of late. Here's a smash foul toward third. He's just too good of a hitter to be down in the 240s.
Yeah, I would agree. He's, he got a little pull conscious and started pulling a lot of balls, and that's not like him. To me, you stick with what you're great at, and he's a great spray hitter that's trying to pull a few more balls, not turn into a pull hitter. And I think he got a little bit away from who he really is and what's made him a great hitter in the big leagues. And I think he's starting to get back to where he was.
2-2 pitch, strike 3 call. Nico's going to challenge that
The pitcher
call
called a strike, the batter
by
challenged.
home plate umpire Tyler Jones. Nico thought it was wide. We will watch the video right now. Nope, it's a
Pitcher's
strike.
Chicago has 1 challenge remaining.
Cubs lose one of their challenges in the top of the second inning. And the batter is Pedro Ramirez.
See, that's that pitch by McDonald. I told you about that movement that he gets on his two-seam fastball. This one starts out well off the plate away and comes back to the outside corner.
Ramirez, switch hitter, batting left-handed. He'll take outside.
Now, Feel Like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch. Now, we asked Zach to do the Bosching.
Here's a drive toward left center. Pretty well hit. Back toward the left center field fence. That ball bounces off the wall. And Ramirez will have a stand-up double. He's not a big guy, Ron, but he's got some pop.
Yeah, he showed it in spring training. He drove the ball in the gaps, hits the balls out of the ballpark, and it's just a little off-speed pitch up and out over the plate, and he just hammers this ball into the gap in left center. Short hops the wall, so another great start here in the second for the Cubs.
All 3 Cubs hits are extra base knocks. A homer by PCA and doubles by Bush, and now Ramirez, and here is Amaya. 1 away and a man at second. Breaking ball outside, backhanded skillfully by Haas.
Now, Zach has been on a roll with the Bosching, and we're just wondering if he wanted to do some, he's feeling like a Bosch today.
It's almost mandatory, I would say.
I think if we told the manager he didn't want to do it after winning 2 in a row, he might get boshed.
Here's the 1-0, a swing and a miss by Amaya.
What do you think, Zach?
All right, fair enough. I think the Cubs are going to do exactly what they did last night. I think we're looking at 5 more runs at least in tonight's ball game. I think the offense is going to get going here.
I like it. Very nice.
Cubs have 1 run in already, leading 1-0 in the second. And here's Amaya taking inside. Cubs need some productivity from the bottom part of the order. They were getting production from all over the lineup early in the year, not so much lately. Now the 2-1 from the Giants' right-hander McDonald. And this ball is bounced foul toward third. All of the field now is in the shade. San Francisco Bay, beautiful dark blue visible out beyond the right and right center field fence. Picturesque. And we have a day game here tomorrow. It's, I think, at its most glorious during the daytime. Here's the 2-2. Amaya taps it foul toward third.
Yeah, I would agree with you. You'd be hard-pressed to find a prettier view in any stadium around the world than you have right here. I mean, we have a great one in Chicago at Wrigley, looking over downtown and the lake and just the neighborhood. But well, you're right on the ocean here. This is some kind of pretty.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Amaya. The lead by Ramirez down at second base. Cubs threatening. The 2-2. Tapped slowly toward third. That's going to be rolling foul. Chapman was going to let it go, and he let it roll foul. It trickled into foul ground about 80 feet up the stripe.
Speed Gun today is powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
The lights have been on, of course, since game time, and they have not yet started to really take full effect. With the lights on, tonight's game is powered by ComEd. Keep an eye on the pitch count of McDonald. He's up to 27 after an inning and a third. Maya has the feet spread wide apart, wider than shoulder width. And now the 2-2 to Miguel. And he'll take just outside. He's really making him work.
Yeah, the fastball just pulled across the zone again. They didn't get that run back to the strike zone. Defensive alignment, sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment Material Handling Handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Playing Amaya around to pull in the outfield.
There's a looping liner towards center. It's going to be caught by the center fielder, Gilbert. And that's out number 2. Little humpback line drive. Gilbert ran in and made the catch at about knee level. Holding at second on the play is the runner Ramirez, and now it's going to be up to Dansby Swanson.
And this at bat, let's see if Dansby, he's going to get some sliders or that breaking ball in this at bat. See if he can get one that starts out at his front hip and breaks over the plate. If you chase the one that starts out in the strike zone, it's going to be well out of the strike zone.
Dansby will take a strike.
That's the breaking ball. That one started out at his front hip and hit the outer third of the strike zone.
Dansby desperately trying to get some hits here lately. His average at 180. He does have 7 home runs. And right now he would love to get an RBI. Curveball is outside 1-1.
Seen back-to-back sliders in this at bat. One in the zone, one off the plate away.
The lead down at second by the Cubs, Pedro Ramirez. Swanson swings and misses. A lot of swings with no contact lately for Dansby.
Getting a lot of breaking balls, and you just got to eventually, just kind of sit on that breaking ball. And if it's a strike, you got to be on that speed.
Now the 1-2. Fastball just up and in. Didn't miss by much. 2-2. Cubs trying to add to their 1-0 lead here in the top of inning number 2. With 2 down, a 2-2 stretch. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. Swanson chasing a curve. Tried to check. Couldn't do it. Cubs squander a 1-out double by Ramirez. Middle of inning number 2. Cubs 1, Giants 0 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Plumbing emergency? Chicagoland depends on Plumbers 911. Licensed professional local 130 plumbers are available 24/7 for fast, reliable help. Call 833-PLUM-911. Local 130 plumbers get the job done right the first time.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. It includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, plus 24/7 roadside assistance. That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Elantra for $179 a month or get $2,000 total savings. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 6th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Don't miss the toast of the game presented by Benny's Beverage Depot when we celebrate the game's greatest moments and players. Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Welcome to Old National Bank. Hi, I was wondering what you could do for my small business. Tons. Have time to talk? Not much. We're on a 30-second radio ad. Oh, I'll get straight to the point then. Our solutions are customized for small businesses. Our services make financial management simple, and our pricing is always transparent. Outstanding. Wow. Yeah. So, ever been in an ad before? Nope. How do I look? Good. But we're on the radio, remember? Right. Hi, Mom.
Customized small business banking from Old National Bank. Member FDIC. Get old.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Samsung. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Monday, June 29th is Purdue University night. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition New Era Cubs and Purdue cap. Huh?
All right, Zach, thank you. Bottom of inning number 2, Ben Brown working on Rafael Devers. First pitch missed for a ball. Brown always works from a stretch. He comes set. The big, tall right-hander fires. That ball's pulled fair past a diving Bush down the right field line. Bouncing and staying by the sidewall. It's going to be a double for Devers. Hot smash. Bush was kind of playing on the line, just couldn't get there fast enough.
Now this ball well struck, and here in the first 4 hitters of this ball game, you can definitely see the trend of what they're trying to do to Ben Brown. They are going to be on the attack in the first 2 pitches. They know he's trying to throw strike 1, strike 2, and they're going to get a fastball to hit. They're swinging right away.
So leadoff double for Devers. Jung-Hoo Lee, the batter. This is a very good hitter, hitting a solid .333 with 3 home runs, 24 driven in. He was 0-for-3 in the series opener last night. The lead by Devers at second. The tall Cubs right-hander fires. Driven toward right center. Well hit, but it's playable for Suzuki. He'll grab it. Tagging and going to third is Devers. The throw to third, not in time. Suzuki made a good throw, but just slightly up the third base line. And now the Giants with a man at third and only 1 away.
That throw got about halfway to third, and I thought, this has got a chance of getting him. Devers, I would say with just average speed in the big leagues, not a speedster, but not slow either. But Suzuki, as you said, Pat, made a good throw, 1 hop to third base, just a couple feet offline.
Interesting here, Ron. Cubs bring the infield in with Willie Adames batting. Cubs lead 1-0 second inning. Here's a fly ball, shallow center, not very deep. Horner going out and calling, grabbing, and quickly throws toward the plate. Holding at third is Devers. Nico, always very alert. You could tell just by his footwork, Ron, as soon as he was catching it, he was thinking about making the throw if necessary.
Yeah, the whole idea of that play as the infielder is you go out and you go past the point of where you really want to catch the ball or where you normally would. So that way, to your point, now you catch it, and now you can get your momentum going back towards home plate and make that strong throw instead of your momentum going towards the outfield. Nice play by Nico.
Matt Chapman, the batter, takes a strike. Leadoff double by Devers, but now he is at third with 2 down. Chapman, a .260 hitter, 0-for-2 last night. He's got some pop. Here comes the 0-1, and that's going to be a strike. Brown with a record of 2-1 and an excellent ERA of 1.74 before tonight. Striking out about a man per inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Chapman right here. Ben Brown gives up a leadoff double, but no runs come in to score. We go to the third inning. Cubs 1, Giants 0 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk on your ride home. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
This season, the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Centers, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs, are making a real impact in your community. The Salvation Army ARC program provides no-cost residential recovery programs for men and women, offering housing, counseling, work therapy, and life skills training to help rebuild lives. Cubs fans can support the cause all season long by donating gently used clothing at Salvation Army thrift stores and special drop-off events. Every donation helps fund recovery and a fresh start for someone in need. Learn more at satruck.org. Since 1962, Fitzgerald Equipment has kept businesses moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service, featuring heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by Heli. Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Hey, it's Pat Hughes here for North Shore Adult Diapers. In all seriousness, everyone knows someone worrying about control problems. And for many, the store brands don't get the job done. They leak. It's time to switch to North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers, so your loved ones can live with the freedom and dignity they deserve. North Shore will send out samples that stay dry 3 times longer than the store brands. That's North Shore adult diapers at northshore.com. And focus on life, not leaks.
Hey fans, why does flying Southwest Airlines from Chicago just make sense? Reliable, flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
Pete Crow Armstrong's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com.
Okay, Zach, we are going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game here during this third inning. Pete hit the game's first pitch for a home run over the left center field fence. This time he takes the first pitch high and inside, ball 1. Pete now with 12 home runs. Ian Happ leads the team with 15. PCA with 33 RBIs. He lines one down the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Bouncing in the corner. Pete's going to have a double. Diving into second safely. Lee had to wait before it hit the wall and bounced to him in right. Not a close play at second. So Pete Crow Armstrong halfway to the cycle, and we're only in the top of inning number 3.
Well, this looks like an off-speed pitch away from Pete, and he just goes out and hooks it. It's that little 15 love shot over the first baseman's head, and it goes right down into the corner. And Pete easily in for a double.
Here's Alex Bregman, and the pitch to Alex is a strike.
You know, I always love when you see a young hitter, they get something away and they hammer it the opposite field, and like he did a home run for the first pitch of the game. Then he gets another pitch, an off-speed pitch away, and he hooks it down the right field line. Where do you pitch him now?
Little confusion there, huh?
It's great swings.
Deep fly ball to left. Going back is Schmidt on the track now. Makes the catch just shy of the track. Pete tagging and hustling into third with a head-first slide. He's probably the only guy in the stadium that could have moved up on that fly ball. The throw slightly offline, and Pete diving in head first just ahead of the tag.
And I'll say this, Schmidt did not, loaf after this ball. He got behind it and came up throwing. He knew Pete was tagging, and they still couldn't get him. Great base running by Pete Crow Armstrong.
Cubs can add to their 1-0 lead now. Infield in. Michael Bush, the batter. The stretch by the right-hander McDonald, and the pitch is high. Let's talk about this at-bat, Ron, as there's going to be a challenge on that pitch. The Giants thought it was a strike. They'll challenge.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. I just
pitch is the ball. San Francisco has 1 challenge remaining.
I think you're looking for this ball up and out over the plate somewhat in the zone, but you really want to drive this ball left center is kind of your aiming point. And if you get a pitch to pull, you want to make sure you get it elevated.
1-0 on the left-handed batting Bush. And the pitch to Michael. Low. Throw to third. Diving back in is Pete Crow Armstrong. Chapman, the third baseman. Is this pitch going to be challenged?
The batter's challenging.
Yeah.
The batter is challenging now. Bush thought it was inside.
Ball strike challenges sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
The pitch is a strike. Wow. Chicago is out of challenges.
So the Cubs lose their challenge for the rest of the game. We're only in the third inning.
That just goes back to the movement on the fastball of McDonald.
1-0 Cubs. 1 away, top of the third. 1-1 the count on Bush. The left-handed batter waits, and now time called. Pete Crow Armstrong at third, leading in foul territory. Infield in for the Giants. And now the 1-1 from McDonald. Bush will take a strike. 1-2. Now you got to put it in play.
Yeah, I was that two-seamer inside again. Michael trying to get something out over the plate. This ball starts out in and hits that corner. They're trying to get him to hook the ground ball at a riser at Devers. And that's why they're staying in with that pitch. Michael wants something out over the plate.
This pitch dips down low, 2-2. Bush had the 3-run homer in the fifth inning last night. It turned out to be the single biggest play of the game. And the Cubs victory last night. Here's the stretch. And the pitch on the way. 2-2. Swinging a foul off to the left out of play. Pretty good pitch. He fought it off.
Great protection of the strike zone by Michael. Wind blowing out tonight here in San Francisco, and it's blowing out pretty strong to right center field.
And now the 2-2. Pulled foul on the ground toward first. This is an RBI spot, Ron. Plain and simple. You're a middle of the order hitter. There's one away and a teammate at third.
Yeah, you're doing your very best to put this ball in play and get it up over the infield is what you're really hoping to do.
And the 2-2. Off speed and outside. Didn't miss by much. 3-2 with Suzuki on deck.
It's turning into a pretty good battle between McDonald and Bush. Pete Crow Armstrong at third will be going on contact. Bushy hits this ball.
Payoff pitch, low and inside, a walk. Bush gets on. Cubs have men at the corners with one away for Seiya Suzuki. Kind of got the feeling he was working around Bush, and it didn't really bother him if he walked him.
Yeah, he definitely was not on the attack, that's for sure. He threw some pitches away, threw some pitches in. If Michael wanted to pull that inside fastball, he was going to let him. But Michael with a very good at-bat.
Now Suzuki with men at first and third, and the infield back fouls it away, 0-1. Walks by Cubs batters. Those are always significant because they improve your scoring chances. And they're sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Remember, a walk is free. A DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Now the 0-1. And Suzuki takes down low for a ball, 1-1.
Huge hole on the right side of the infield. Arise, the second baseman, playing right in behind the bag at second. And obviously Devers is holding Michael Bush on at first.
The 1-1. It floats outside, off-speed pitch, 2-1.
Suzuki's cleanup hitter tonight, sponsored by Chicagoland's Appliance Leader, Grand Appliance. Get your All-Star Samsung kitchen today at grandappliance.com.
For Armstrong at third, Bush at first. Line drive, base hit, left center field. A run is in. Bush will stop at second. Pete Crow Armstrong scores. Clutch run scoring single by Seiya Suzuki. Cubs lead 2-0.
Nice at bat by Seiya. Didn't chase the pitch down and got one breaking ball up in the zone and got it elevated. And you hit that top spin lob over the infield. Very nice. Cubs up 2-0. Some very good situational hitting by the Cubs.
A 10-game hitting streak now for Seiya Suzuki. Thanks to Zach Zaidman for that note. And here is Ian Happ with men at first and second. Happ, the switch hitter, batting left-handed. Takes low and inside for a ball. Thinking about Pete Crow Armstrong, he's led off 2 different innings, each time with an extra base knock. The homer in the first put the Cubs on the board, and then the double here in the third. I'll finish this thought in a minute. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And it's swung on and missed by Happ. If you give up a double to the leadoff batter in an inning, you are in for a very long half inning.
Yep, there's no doubt.
You've got to work on every single pitch, especially when it's the leadoff man. You got the middle of the order guys following. Let's see if Happ now can drive in a run. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball strike on the inside corner. Happ didn't like the call. Happ wrapped into an inning-ending double play in the first. Cubs are out of their challenges. And now the 1-2 from the Giants' right-hander. Swung on and fouled at the plate. Happ just did make contact.
Pretty good changeup by McDonald, and you're right. He just barely got a piece of it. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Bush out at second. Suzuki at first, a run in the bank. A ball and 2 strikes on Ian Happ. McDonald now taking a lot more time in between pitches. And now the 1-2. Off speed, low and away, and it's 2-2. And you wonder if a little fatigue might start to creep in after so many pitches in this half inning.
Not so many pitches, and also all the traffic and stress of the first 3 innings.
The set for the 2-2. Here it comes. Happ hits it in the air, foul, slicing out of play down the left field line. Just glancing around, a lot of blue shirts and jerseys and hats. You can tell the Cubs fans are making a lot of noise when the Cubs score runs in this series.
You saw a ton of them walking around downtown San Francisco today.
2-2, bouncing ball to short. The throw to second will be in time, and the ball is bobbled out at second, but they still get the man out at second base. Runners end up at first and third. Arias was late getting over, and safe at first is Ian Happ. Safe at third is Michael Bush. And let's see if Suzuki is called out at second, or did they not have control of the ball?
They're gonna challenge this play at second base that Arias never had control of the ball. They ruled at second by Adam Hammery that he dropped the ball in the transfer. He controlled the ball, then going to the glove to hand with the ball. That's where the drop was. I don't necessarily agree. I have only seen one quick view of it, but it never looked like he really controlled the baseball. We will see how we're going to get a pretty good view. I think he's going to be out at second. I do think he caught it, took a step, hit the bag, although I said something like that yesterday and he went the opposite way. I hope I'm wrong.
Manager challenges and instant replays. The initial call stands. They might want to upgrade their equipment with which they make the announcement. Manager challenges and instant replays. Taking a second look, a second opinion is always a good idea. I've already given my second opinion.
Yeah.
Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Okay, 2 outs. Runners at first and third, and here is Nico Horner batting. And the pitch to Nico is in there for a strike. First and third, 2 down. This would be a good time for Nico to get a base hit.
Got a pretty good hole on that right side once again. See if he can take one of these sliders and shoot it the other way.
Throw to first, not in time. Diving back in his hat. Boy, look at the gap in right center between Gilbert and Lee. You could land a small plane in right center, especially with that 415 sign in deep right center. Here comes the 0-1. On the way, Nico will take low and inside. A laborious half inning for Trevor McDonald. He's up to 60, or is that 59 pitches?
59 pitches right now.
So he'll be lucky to go find. He's ready for the 1-1. And Nico hits a little dribbler foul. And the count 1-2.
Third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. People in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Consumers Credit Union.
Ron, you've seen just about every at-bat Nico's ever had.
Yeah.
Get some advice from you after this 1-2 pitch. If the inning continues, time called. What quick advice would you give him?
I would say get back to what you do the very best, and that's use the other side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when they make a mistake, pull the ball. But you have done such a great job of being one of the league's leading hitters, hitting the ball back through the middle in the eye. That's your strength. You don't want to give up your strength for something else.
The runner at first takes off, and the throw goes into center field, and a run scores. Cubs get a huge break. Happ running, and Bush comes in to score from third. The throw went down to second. Nobody covering the bag. Arise ran over the second baseman, backhanded the ball on one hop, but he was on the edge of the outfield grass, and scoring on a very bizarre play is Michael Bush, and the Cubs now lead 3-0.
Yeah, it's just confusion on what you're going to do in the steal situation.
Nico bangs it foul off to the right, out of play.
The middle infielders were assuming you were not going to throw down and you're going to hold your ground in the position. The catcher coming and just firing, and Arise, because he's playing right up the middle, ends up catching this ball in the outfield. Play.
A double steal credited for the Cubs, Bush and Happ. And now Nico takes a wild pitch. What a crazy inning this is turning out to be. Advancing to third on the wild pitch is Happ. And the Cubs lead is 3-0. A man at third now with 2 down. And let's see if Nico can drive in another run.
This pitch just pulled. This looks like maybe a cutter. Something spinning away from Horner, but this ball is way out in the opposite batter's box. I mean, the catcher couldn't jump out and catch the ball. That's how much it missed the strike zone by.
Nico waits for the 2-2 and pops it up foul and out of play. Double steal, stolen bases by the Chicago Cubs, powered by Arturo Tire. Since it's a double steal, Cubs steals powered by Arturo Tire. Now the 2-2. The stretch by the right-hander. Nico hits a bouncing ball toward right, slowly hit. The first baseman will make the play unassisted as Devers grabbed that ball and ran and did some quick little choppy steps to avoid colliding with the batter. And there was no collision, and the inning is over. A strange inning, but a good inning for the Cubs. They scored twice on 2 hits. There were 2 stolen bases, a wild pitch, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. Cubs 3, Giants nothing on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10 to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
All right, turning left at this light. Whoa, almost missed that motorcycle. Close call. They're easy to miss, so I better look twice for motorcycles or it could be game over. Start seeing motorcycles. It's not a game.
With CertaPro painters, you can trust them to get the job done right because they take pride in what they do. It's Speegs, and my process with CertaPro was worry-free. Started with a free estimate, reliable communication, and professional painting. Celebrating America's 250th anniversary with CertaPro painters and get $250 off projects of $2,500 or more. Schedule by July 10th and let freedom and fresh paint ring. Schedule for free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
Rev up the rewards at the pump with Club Sicko. Find exclusive ways to win big from sweepstakes to daily deals. Download the Club Sicko app. Savings good up to 30 gallons only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Accumulation, preservation, generation. At Busey Bank, these are the principles we use to build meaningful financial partnerships with our clients and their families. With sound advice and vast resources, partner with Busey for a personalized approach to your legacy. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Bottom 3 in San Francisco. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. It's sunny and 61 degrees. Time and temperatures. Sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Pat?
Drew Gilbert first up for San Francisco, Zach. Left-handed batting outfielder. Gilbert hitting .226 and takes a strike. Now, that's the idea for Ben Brown. You got the lead now, 3 runs. You want to throw strikes.
Yep, beyond the attack.
Big Tall right-hander comes back 0-1 and misses upstairs. Looking at some of Ben's numbers before the game, very impressive. About 34 hits allowed in his 57 innings of work.
Mm-hmm.
The next offering just outside and high, 2-1. How about just only one home run allowed in 57 innings all year run?
Yep.
That works.
The last 3 starts he's had, his ERA is under 1. You could go down the list of stats. All of them are good.
Striking out a man per inning. Walking fewer than 3 for every 9 innings of work. That's certainly acceptable. And now the 3-1, and it's ball 4. Now, he did not want to do that. Not right after his team gave him a 3-run lead. The number 8 hitter hitting .226 gets the free ride before Eric Haas bats 10 for ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi Harrison Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Eric Haas hitting .234, takes inside for a ball. Haas hitting in the number 9 spot. He has 4 home runs, so he's got some pop. Gilbert being held by Bush at first. Cubs lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Brown's pitch, check swing. Did he go? No swing, says first base umpire Clint Vondrak. Let's play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. 38,000 last night. Similar, I would say, this evening. There's a strike, 2-1. I'll get us going with 37,873. 37873.
37,500, I'll say.
The 2-1. Check swing ground ball toward first, foul. And it's 2-2.
I will go 38,100.
Zach, are you basing that on last night's attendance, which was right in that exact same neighborhood?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Eric Haas. Brown really has emerged quite pleasantly this year, Ron. He's made great strides in his young career. Wants to keep that going. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball right field. Long run over toward the line. Suzuki dives and makes a sensational catch. What a play by Seiya after a long ride or a long run. He slid on the dirt portion over near the right field line, right near the grandstand, and made a splendid play.
But it's a really difficult catch because you're running as hard as you can run, and you go into a slide because you're going to get to that side wall, and you reach out in a slide and make a great catch. Second really nice play that Suzuki has made in this ball game. Threw a runner out from the right field corner, and now a great sliding catch.
So instead of 2 men on with nobody out, 1 away and a man still at first. And Luis Arraez takes ball 1. Big, tall right-hander fires. There's going to be a pitch outside. Didn't miss by much. 2-0. Day game tomorrow. It'll be the series finale. Cubs will be home Monday night to take on Colorado. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air, pretty well hit to right. Going back, Suzuki. It's over his head and off the wall. Carl Armstrong has to come over and back it up. It's going to drive in a run, and Arraez goes to third. A triple by Luis Arraez off that brick wall in deep right center. It caromed more towards center than either PCA or Suzuki anticipated. And the Giants get a run, and they have a man at third, and now it's a 3-1 Cubs lead.
Now, for the right fielder, you got no chance. You go back, and Suzuki stays away from the wall, but the wall comes to a corner, and it's going either direction, but not going to bounce back at you, and it hits the side of the wall that shoots the ball towards the center field wall. Nothing you can do, and the ball, Pete has to go chase it down. Very difficult play, and Arise easily ends up at third.
So the Cub lead now is 3-1. Here's a swing and a miss by Bryce Eldridge. Ben could use a strikeout right now with the infield back and a man at third with only one away. Cub lead is 3-1. The next pitch dips down low. Tomorrow's pitchers in the finale, Colin Ray against Logan Webb. Battle of right-handers. It starts at 3:10 Central Time. Now the 2-1. Down low. He's lost a little of his command here in the inning. Walk the leadoff batter. Let's see if he can come back and get Eldridge, a tough left-handed batter. Hitting .323. And the pitch on the way. Driven foul off to the left out of play.
That's good fastball, 97 miles an hour. Threw that one right past Eldridge.
Eldridge waits for Brown. And the pitch just a little bit low. And the Cubs can't challenge. That's ball 4. Right near the knees. Haven't seen a replay yet. But it's a base on balls. The Cubs are out of challenges.
Yeah, this pitch, I'm going to guess. Yeah, no, it was a little low. It was not in the box. It was down. The thing to me is it's a tough pitch with a man in scoring position, how you lay off that pitch, because it's right down the middle. That's a pitch you would think you'd want to swing at as a left-handed hitter. That should be right in your wheelhouse, because that ball missed the strike zone by less than half a baseball.
Conference on the mound. Tommy Hodovy out to see about Brown. Casey Schmidt, the batter. 2 walks in the inning by Brown. That's very uncharacteristic of him this season. Schmidt lined out to left in his only other at-bat. Cubs keep the infield back. Leading 3-1. Runners at first and third with 1 down. Right-hander to right-hander. Brown to Schmidt. And that's going to miss down low. Lights beginning to have some effect. Breezy night in San Francisco. The 1-0 pitch. Line foul down the right field line.
Brownie trying to stay down in the zone and induce a ground ball. He'd love to get that ground ball double play ball.
Arise at third. Eldridge at first. And the 1-1 from Brown. A little dribbler foul. We'll do it again. I'm still thinking about that ball that Arise hit off the right center field brick wall. It took a crazy carom. It went way out towards center, and it took an extra second or two before Pete Crow Armstrong could retrieve the ball. It cost the Cubs a base as Arise went all the way to third. But that wall is so unusual out there. Just don't know which way it's going to bounce. Here's the pitch fouled away.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You get into that corner area in right center. The walls come in 2 different directions to a point right in the middle of right center. And if it hits one side, it's going to go towards the foul pole. If it hits just on the other side, it's going to go shooting towards the center field wall in dead center.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Schmidt chasing a low breaking ball, and down he goes. Big strikeout for Ben Brown. Now there are 2 down, and the batter is Rafael Devers.
Well, that's knuckle curveball, Schmidt. He went on the attack early. This ball bounced in front of home plate.
Devers had a double his first time. 2 down, men at first and third. Cubs lead 3-1. See if Brown can get out of it. A swing and a miss, 0-1. Right now, the damage has been minimal. And now Devers talking with home plate umpire Tyler Jones. Not sure what that's all about.
He just wants timeout. I don't think he was quite set.
Okay, now the big right-hander ready for the 0-1 pitch. And it's on the way. And it's low and inside. It's 1-1. Rise leads over at third. Eldridge away from first. Brown to the belt. The left-handed batting Devers awaiting the 1-1. And here it comes. Swing and a miss. What's on your mind for 1 and 2, Ron?
Boy, I like that knuckle curve once again. Devers just swung at that pitch, and that ball bounced. That's 2 knuckle curves in a row that have bounced right at home plate. That he's got swings and misses or check swing for strike 3.
So you double up on that?
I would. I don't think they're seeing that ball very well at all, that knuckle curveball.
Here it comes. Swing and a foul back.
I wouldn't throw that one again. That was a fastball down and in. 98 miles an hour, and Devers was looking to hit that one in the drink.
A ball and 2 strikes. Now the stretch and the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brown able to muscle his way out of the jam, striking out both Schmidt and Devers. Giants get a run on 1 hit, leave a pair. After 3 innings of play, it's the Cubs on top, 3-1 over the Giants on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
For 120 years, Sloan has led the way in innovation, water efficiency, and sustainability, a legacy that has extended to the friendly confines. As the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sloan has supported fans with hygienic restroom products at Wrigley Field for over a century. Today, Sloan's bottle fillers provide Cub fans with clean drinking water while helping reduce plastic waste. This season, Sloan continues to redefine what smart restroom design looks like. Learn more at sloan.com and go Cubs go!
I've tried everything to stand out at work. Donuts, a company coffee blend, even dressed as the company mascot for Halloween.
There's an easier way, a ComEd facility assessment. Their engineer gave my company free insights and actions that saved us $732,000 on energy. Easy, right?
Learn how ComEd can help you save at ComEd.com/facility assessment. ComEd, powering lives. Savings will vary based on customers' usage and rate.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Life's easier when you've got the Consumers Credit Union team cheering for you. Partner with the people in your corner today at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. As Pedro Ramirez looks at a ball inside to begin the top of the fourth, 1-0 the count. Cubs have a 3-1 lead here over the Giants in San Francisco. And the next pitch is a called strike, so the count is 1-1. So on the out-of-town scoreboard, Astros and Royals tied at 7, middle of the 8th inning. Jose Altuve with a game-tying home run for Houston.
Ramirez waiting at the plate, lines one foul down the right field line.
Other action. Sorry, Pat. Other action. Bottom of the fourth. A's leading the Rockies 4-2. Zach Geloff with a 2-run home run for the Athletics.
Cubs on top 3-1 here in the fourth. Pedro Ramirez first up. Waiting for the 1-2 pitch from Trevor McDonald. And here it comes. Swinging a foul back. We'll do it again. What else, Zach?
Angels lead the Rays, Pat, 1-0 in the top half of the fifth inning. Joe Adell scoring on a fielding error. And a whole bunch of finals on the board. The Cardinals beat the Twins 9-6. So St. Louis now 38-30 on the year.
And now the 1-2 by McDonald. Taken for strike three call. Ramirez caught looking, one away here in the fourth inning. Cubs on top 3-1. And it brings up Miguel Amaya.
Paul Goldschmidt with the go-ahead home run for the Bronx Bombers as the Yankees knock off the Blue Jays 3-1. It was the Nationals 8 and the Mariners 3. The Pirates edged the Marlins 3-2.
Amaya flied out his first time. And the pitch on the way to Miguel is outside. What else, Zach?
The Padres with a 9-3 victory over the Orioles. Braves beat the Mets 3-1. Eli White and Michael Harris II both homered for Atlanta.
The 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1.
Guardians beat the Tigers 3-1. It was the Reds 2 and the Diamondbacks 1. The Dodgers a 7-1 victory over the White Sox on the south side. Crazy game there.
1-1 is low and away.
The Dodgers had 7 runs on 10 hits. The White Sox had just 1 hit in the entire game, and it came in the 9th inning, a home run.
Who was the Dodger starter there, Zach? Here's a pitch outside on the corner. 2-2.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Oh, yeah.
He flirted with a perfect game. He went 8 1/3. Red Sox double up the Rangers 6-3. There's the Phillies 9 and the Brewers 8.
Check swing, foul back. Crazy game up at Miller Park, I guess, or American Family Field.
Yeah, the Phillies taking the lead with a 5-run 6th inning.
Here it's 3-1 Cubs. We're in the 4th inning. 1 away, nobody on. Amaya takes the low and away. Anything else, Zach?
That's it.
Okay, I was looking at some of the games last night. How about the game by Jacob Mizorowski of the Brewers last night? That was one for the history books. 15 strikeouts, a complete game, 1 hitter. They had a capacity crowd in Milwaukee of over 40,000. No walks.
Yeah.
15 strikeouts and no walks. That reminded me of the Kerry Wood game.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of those, you see Woody had that game. Jake sounded like a Jake Arrieta game. When Jake was at his best, he was punching out big numbers and not walking guys.
Bouncer foul. Mizorowski, a complete game run, 95 pitches, 74 for strikes.
See, the thing that he's learning now is his stuff is so good that there's no reason to waste pitches. You don't have to. You just, they're getting his mechanics obviously in sync. Yeah, and he's able to throw everything for a strike.
Chopper foul. Go ahead.
So, he's throwing almost all of his fastballs in the game over 100 miles an hour.
And run in his last 8 straight games, he has had at least 8 or more strikeouts and no more than 1 earned run allowed in any of those 8 games. Here comes the 3-2 chopper foul. His ERA, now this, I'll read you, his ERA in the last 8 games, how about 0.17? I've almost never even heard of an ERA that low. Three and two on Amaya.
Amaya having a great at-bat here. I think this is the 10th pitch of the at-bat.
Another foul on a check swing, or did he get hit by the pitch?
He said they swung. He's going to be called out.
Oh, my. Amaya doesn't like it. He's having words with Tyler Jones. Craig Counsell's going to come out and say, wait a minute. Craig says, I thought it was a foul ball also.
They appealed down to first, and he said he was hit by the pitch, but he swung. And that's a strikeout. Yeah, there's not much you can say. So Maya starts the swing. Yeah, ball hits him in his right arm in the bicep area, but he did swing. He did not foul the ball off, and it is a strikeout.
So that's out number 2. We're in the 4th inning. Cubs on top 3-1. And the batter, Dansby Swanson. Kyle Schwarber, former Cub, had the only hit for the Phillies in that game last night. You realize Kyle has 24 home runs?
Yeah, I know.
Swanson struck out his first time. The pitch to Dansby is in there for a call strike. I was reading about Yordan Alvarez of Houston run in the first inning last night. He had both a grand slam and a 2-run home run. 6 RBIs after 1 inning of play. Swanson takes a strike, 1-2. Alvarez is up to 24 home runs also.
Dansby a little frustrated with himself. He's taken the last 2 sinkers, one in the middle of the plate, and that one a little backdoor 2-seamer that came back to the strike zone.
Now the next offering, check swing, it's low and away. McDonald at 85 pitches. He'll be lucky to go much beyond 5 innings. And the 2-2. Way outside, 3-2. Swanson really needs a base hit. Struck out his first time. And Dansby will take high, ball 4. So he gets a walk. And back to the top of the order, Pete Crow Armstrong. Pete drilled a home run on the game's first pitch. That was to left center, and then he doubled his next time up. And this is a good park to get triples in.
Yeah.
So let's keep that possibility of a cycle in mind for Pete as we move along. And the pitch on the way. Low for a ball.
He hits a ball in the gap to the wall, whether it be right center or left center, it's going to be a triple. 399 and 415. There's just no way it wouldn't be a triple.
2 outs and a man at first. McDonald fires, twisting Pete away. The fastball inside, 2-0. Pete with dust and a little mud all over the front of his uniform after a couple of head-first slides. Swanson being held by Devers at first. McDonald fires way outside. He doesn't want any piece of Pete in this at-bat.
I think he's seen enough of that. The first home run, first pitch, and then a double down the right field line.
Now you wonder if anything is going to be close in this plate appearance. The 3-0 on the way. Line toward right center. There's a base hit. It's going to be cut off out there by Lee. Racing to third is Swanson on a long single by Pete Crow Armstrong. And now he is 3/4 of the way to the cycle. He needs a triple, but we're only in the 4th inning.
Well, I just love the idea of swinging 3-0. I really do. I think when your offense is struggling and you get to the best hitting count there is at the plate, you're going to get a good pitch to hit. Go ahead and cut her loose. Take your chances. Give yourself some chance to hit way ahead in the count. Pete does and hits a bullet right past the rise. He dives for this ball, and it goes into right center. He hits that ball a little harder, and it gets to the wall. That would have been the triple.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's going to get at least one more plate appearance, and possibly 2 if the Cubs can get some other men on base. First things first, Alex Bregman batting. Now, in terms of game momentum, this is a big at-bat.
Bregman yesterday and the day before started hitting some balls the other way. I'd love to see him shoot that hole on the right side and drive in a run. It's a massive hole, rise right behind the second base pad. Devers holding Pete Crow Armstrong on at first.
Pete dancing off at first. The pitch inside, it hits him. Bregman gets hit in the left leg, and that will load the bags for Michael Busch.
I got to believe this is it for McDonald. I can't imagine them letting him pitch to Michael Busch. He's at 92 pitches. This could be the ball game. One swing and a bat by Bushy.
Time called. I think the manager, Tony Vitello, is doing this just to buy time for the bullpen man.
Yeah, lefty didn't get up too long ago. He threw, the last I saw, he threw a couple fastballs full tilt. He might not be quite ready. And here you go. That makes more sense.
And let's see if this officially will be a pitching change. Second trip in the inning, right? So it has to be. And there goes McDonald. The bullpen will take over. Pitching changes mean a timeout. Pitching changes for the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Cubs have the bases loaded with 2 down. Michael Busch batting when we come back on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw. Mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup this summer, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent. The future stars who are already turning heads at age 14. Because next doesn't wait for an invitation. And neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability. Because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Check the baseball scoreboard. Games in progress. Top of the ninth in Kansas City. The Astros and Royals are tied at 7. Jose Altuve with the game-tying home run for Houston. Number 6 on the year for him. Top of the 5th. And the A's lead the Rockies 4-3. Zach Geloff with a 2-run home run. The Angels on top of the Rays 1-0. They are in the bottom half of the 5th inning in Anaheim. Pat?
Raver San Martin, a left-hander inheriting a jam. Bags loaded, 2 down. Michael Busch at the plate. Lefty against lefty. And here we go. Michael takes a fastball strike, 0-1. Busch already with a double and a walk. Swanson, the runner, at third. Crow Armstrong at second. Bregman at first. 2 down. Cubs lead 3-1, 4th inning. And now Busch swings and misses. Sharp breaking ball, 0-2.
Back-to-back hooks to Michael. Now, that's what happened yesterday, and then they spun one that stayed in the middle of the plate, and he hit it out of the ballpark.
Big spot. Cubs can open up a nice lead here with a base hit. The pitch to Busch outside for a ball. Lights beginning to take more and more of an effect. Still some daylight left. We're approaching those days with the most sunlight of any days on the calendar year. Here comes the 1-2, lefty to lefty. Just outside, 2-2.
Boy, that's a good take by Michael there. That pitch is the perfect pitcher's pitch. Starts out in the zone and just off the plate away.
Swanson has a pretty big lead over at third. Here's the 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. Todd Tishner, the third base umpire, made that call. It was close.
Inside fastball after all them sliders, and now the swing. Cubs might have caught a break there. That the barrel of the bat got out in front of his hands, but just barely.
3-2, traveling time for the runners. They've got their leads. There they go. Bush takes low, ball 4. Cubs get a break. That should have been strike 3 a minute ago. And now let's see if they can really take advantage, Ron, as this inning continues.
Very good at bat by Michael. He took some really close pitches away, caught a little break on the check swing, and then the Cubs score another run. Now one swing of the bat by Suzuki, and you could break this game wide open.
The Cubs lead 4-1 on the bases-loaded walk. Bush with his 42nd run batted in, and Seiya will take a strike. This all started with 2 outs and no on. Swanson walked, Crow Armstrong singled, and now walks to Bregman, and Bush have forced in a run. Suzuki takes low and in, almost hit him in the right foot. 1-1. A lot of curveballs from this guy.
Yeah, he's not a hard thrower. His sinker, that two-seam fastball is 91, maybe 92. So he needs the deception of throwing some back and forth, a lot of breaking balls.
Here comes the 1-1 to Seiya. Fouled away. Cubs leading 4-1. We're in the 4th inning. But this has a potential turning point at bat of the game right now. Good speed on the bases with Crow Armstrong, Bregman, and Bush taking their leads. Now the 1-2. It's taken high. 2-2. Raver San Martin, the left-hander. Outfield deep and straight away against Seiya Suzuki. And now the stretch for the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Strike 3 called and the inning is over. Suzuki caught looking, and the Cubs settle for 1 run on 1 hit, and they leave 3 men on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Cubs 4, Giants 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Choose Bradley University. Whether you're building robots, training on cutting-edge medical simulators, or diving into sports communication, Bradley prepares you. You'll cheer on D1 athletics, study abroad, and choose from over 200 student organizations. Plus, you'll benefit from competitive internships, community-focused research, and a top-tier education that provides a proven return on investments. Apply today at bradley.edu.
Our Northsiders understand that baseball is a team sport. Everyone has to play their part, and players need to know that they can count on each other when it matters. Even the best players can't win by themselves. Banking is like that too. Your bankers should be a part of your team and know your business inside and out. That's how ABOC has been doing business for more than 100 years, by understanding your goals, providing great service, and offering winning products and services. Visit ABOC.com today and learn how we can help you build a championship team. ABOC, banking built for Chicago.
This summer, making memories in a Volvo SUV is easier than ever. Now, for a limited time, get savings on Volvo SUVs during the Summer Safely sales event, built with advanced safety features, so you can focus on the road ahead. Find your Volvo today. The Summer Safely sales event is on now. Visit volvocars.com/US to save.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Pat?
Ben Brown on the mound. Fires the first pitch to Jung-Hoo Lee, and it's a swing and a miss. Lee flied to right his first time. Next offering came in high. Ball game has kind of an unusual feel to it tonight, Ron. A lot of base runners, but very few clutch hits by either team. Cubs on top 4-1. But you get the feeling each team could have twice as many runs as they have.
Yeah, there could be a lot more scoring. I like the score situation right now, though. Cubs up 4-1.
Jung-Hoo Lee flying to right his first time. He hits a fly ball to center. This is going to be caught by Pete Crow Armstrong, and that's out number 1. Now, for those of you who have been wondering about the NBA Finals, I believe Zach Zabnan might have a final score. Zach, what's going on?
Can he talk right now is the question, Pat.
Went back and forth for a little bit. The New York Knicks have won the NBA championship as they beat San Antonio 94-90, taking the NBA Finals 4-1.
And Zach, you have been a lifelong New York Knicks fan.
And Zach has left the building.
It's the first championship the Knicks have won in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But you're only 22. Here's a swing and a foul off to the right out of play. Well, a little more than 22. But that is a big moment for you, Zach. So it's kind of hard to congratulate you, but we will anyway.
Yeah. So the big congratulations is warm up the pipes. You're on next inning.
2 balls and a strike.
I will bet, Z, from playing in New York for the Yankees, Madison Square Garden right now would be rock and rolling.
Bouncer toward the middle, going to be a tough play. That's going to be a base hit. Backhanded by Horner, but he was on the outfield grass when he flagged it down. It's a single for Willie Adames. Well, I'm old enough to remember watching live the New York Knicks with Willis Reed making his dramatic appearance way back about 1970, was it?
Yeah, the Knicks won the championship twice in the early 1970s. The last championship before tonight, 1973.
And that was, were those both against the Lakers?
Yes.
Walt Frazier, right? Wasn't he their guard?
Walt Frazier, and Earl Monroe was on the team. Bill Bradley. Dave DeBusschere was a big forward. Willis Reed was a star. We had Cassie Russell at one time. John Stallworth. Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson played on some of those good Knicks teams.
Well, Zach, I just got a message from Benny's.
Here's the one. Here's the one. What's it say?
Zach's Benny's Beverage Depot. You know that champagne toast? They're going to send one to Zach.
Here we go. I can see an endorsement.
Yep, they're the champagne provider of the Cubs and Zach Zaidman now.
Okay. One of them, either Zach or Benny's, will be saying, make me an offer. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Here's a little pop-up shallow right. Might be trouble coming in, and unable to make the catch is Suzuki. It's going to be a base hit, and runners end up at first and second.
I hope Suzuki's not hurt. It looked like he kind of jammed his right leg, I believe, in the ground as he was trying to make this catch. And it's either, to me, it's ankle, knee, or hip. And I believe it's his right leg as he tried that shoestring kind of catch. And then he has to slam on the brakes because the ball goes by him. So he hits awkwardly, and you see him, and then he kind of grabs his leg. Now, I'm just not quite sure. You know, whenever you jam your leg in the ground, it's knee, ankle, or hip, one of the three. If it's the hip, it's not as bad. But, boy, you sure would hate to see him hurt his knee at this point right now.
To his credit, even though he was in agony, he picked himself up and trotted over and grabbed the ball and threw it back in and then just kind of collapsed.
Yeah, it's his right leg for sure. There's no doubt. Yep. He's coming off the field. Yep.
Seiya Suzuki is going to have to leave this game. The Giants are going to have runners at first and second with one away. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning. Cubs leading by a score of 4-1. But he has been very much a key player in the Cubs offense, Ron, this year.
Yeah.
Seiya Suzuki.
And he's been hot lately. I mean, even today's ball game, he's walked singled and drove in a run, and he's had two great plays in right field.
He's walking off under his own power. It's not a bad limp, but you get the feeling he doesn't feel great as you watch him walk into the Cubs' first base dugout area. But nobody helping him walk, which is, I think, a good sign.
Matty Shaw is going to enter the game, Pat, in right field. So Matt Shaw will be the replacement for Seiya, and he'll get a chance to make a couple throws here real quick.
So a base hit for Chapman. Adames ended up at second on the play. Cubs leading 4-1. Shaw now playing a little catch, says, I'm good to go, and he tosses the ball up into the stands. Drew Gilbert ready to step in. Again, just kind of an odd quality about this ball game tonight, Ron. It's hard to really explain. It's just an unusual game.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Some strange things that happen, offensively, defensively.
Gilbert, the left-handed batter, waiting. Brown glancing back at the runner and brings it, and that's going to be a strike.
First out in the inning, that's sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Brown looking back at the lead of Adames and brings it. Fastball is high, 1-1. Brown looking for his third win. He's been supported so far with 4 runs to work with by the Cub offense. And now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him. One of his best fastballs of the game. What do you like here,
that
Ron?
was a good pitch. That's been his strikeout pitch tonight. He's gotten a couple punch-outs on that high fastball. Gilbert chased that one up out of the zone. He'd probably go back to it. I have thought he would go up and then down with the knuckle curve, but they've been doubling up on the fastball at times, and the second one's usually up.
1-2 pitch, just missing a little bit low, 2-2.
Maya, I really think Amaya's calling a very good game tonight. There's really no pattern that he is falling into as the catcher calling pitches.
2-2 pitch fouled away. Well, those foul balls come back here in a hurry.
Well, you got your nephew right here. He's ready to make a catch.
Alex Judge.
Yeah, that's right. He's ready.
A future star.
All-star catcher.
Here comes the 2-2. Low and inside. And the throw to third. The runner there is going to be out. I saw a little hesitation by Adames, the runner at second run, and then when he tried to go to third, he was cut down on a good throw by Amaya. 2-5 on that play. Ending up at second is Chapman, but now there are 2 down. That's a big play.
Boy, that is, and it's just a very ill-advised play. You're down 3 runs, and you get thrown out at third base.
And the 3-2 to Gilbert from Ben Brown. Strike 3 call. And Gilbert wants to challenge that call.
Strike, the batter challenging.
It looked like it was right down Broadway. We're going to take another look on the video board. And it was
a ball. San Francisco has 1 challenge remaining.
It was just down low by about an inch.
Second walk of the game now for Gilbert. And how big is that out at third base now?
Huge. 2 down, first and second. The number 9 hitting catcher, Eric Haas, ready to step in. This guy's got some pop. He's got 4 home runs this year. Brown glancing back at the runner Chapman and deals. First pitch strike, 0-1. Sun continues to set in about 5 or 10 minutes. The lights will take full effect. Now the 0-1 to Haas from Brown. Fouled away, 0-2 run. What's on your mind?
Well, you got 2 options. I really think you go high fastball, that's what they just threw, or you go knuckle curveball towards the dirt.
Big right-hander Ben Brown glancing back at the runner and brings it 0-2. Outside for a ball. Tried to get the Giants catcher Haas to chase a bad ball.
It almost looked like he tried to cut that last fastball and get around it and angle it away.
Outfield deep and pretty much straight away. And the 1-2. Big chopper over the mound, charging his Horner. Tough play. Nico throws to first, and he gets him. Excellent play by Nico Horner, and a good play by Bush on the receiving end. Score that one 4-3. Good defensive effort by the Cubs. As we go to the fifth inning, the score, it is the Cubs 4 and the Giants 1. Zach Zaidman takes over in a moment. Cubs lead by 3 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
From the ballpark to the beach, Sea Glass wines are here to help you unwind. Sustainably crafted and refreshingly delicious, Sea Glass brings you the bright, crisp taste of California's Central Coast. No matter where the game takes you, whether you're meeting up before the game or kicking back after a well-earned win, Sea Glass is the perfect companion. So relax, refresh, and find your coastal state of mind with Sea Glass, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Getting set for the top half of the fifth inning here in San Francisco. The middle game of a 3-game set alongside Ron Coomer. Zach Zaidman with you as Coom has some issues with his chair to my left. Cubs with a 4-1 lead over the Giants. Ian Happ at the plate. Raver San Martin deals, and Happ fouls this back out of play. Off to the right, 0-1. It's like you have to go through a maze to get situated here. The pitch, check swing, and a pitch off the outside on appeal. No swing, says the first base umpire, Clint Vondrak. So Happ has a count of 1-1 at the plate.
Yeah, I'm doing good now. I don't know about the wall, but I'm doing just fine.
San Martin deals and Happ swings, pops it foul out of play off to the right, 1-2.
Well, congratulations to you. You're a big New Yorker, and at the Syracuse, grew up in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And the Knicks finally got their NBA championship.
Happ swings, drills one deep in the air to left. Forget about it. This one's long gone. Halfway up the bleachers. Ian Happ makes it 5-1 Cubs, blasting his 16th home run of the year. A solo shot to straight left.
I believe it's the breaking ball down and in. He just drops the head of the bat on it. He is right on time with this pitch and hits it halfway up the bleachers. As you said, Z, this ball is crunched to left field.
A 404-foot blast for Ian Happ. Exit velocity 104 miles per hour. He got all of that one.
Actually, a fastball right on the inside corner. I thought it was a slider, but it was not.
Nico Horner at the plate and looks at a slider inside, 1-0. San Martin, I let kick and pitch, and a bouncing ball hit to short, fielded between the legs by Adames. Couple of steps forward, rifles a throw to first in time to get Horner one away.
Well, I was saying that you're a longtime Knicks fan, and the Knicks finally just win the NBA championship.
Yeah, winning Game 5, 94-90 over the San Antonio Spurs.
I just went into our media dining room in between innings. I was going to get a cup of coffee, but that is no longer. But I saw they're having a little fun in New York right now.
Of course they are. Pedro Ramirez at the plate. He drives one foul out of play off to the right. Count is 0-2.
Take it easy. I wasn't dishing on you New Yorkers. You know, I don't like your pizza, but, you know, I do like the people.
I can't imagine that you don't like New York pizza, but that's a story for another time. Here's the 0-2. High and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. But, yeah, the Knicks winning the championship.
Fun series to watch. Those are some good games.
Tight games throughout. Once again, the Knicks had to rally from a big deficit early in order to win. The 1-2. Ramirez hits a high fly ball, deep center field, going back. Gilbert, he looks up, gone! Pedro Ramirez with his first major league home run. It was a shot to straightaway center field. And the Cubs now up 6-1 over the Giants here in the 5th.
That's one fired up young Cub right there. Ramirez gets this little backdoor hook, and he hammers this ball to the middle of the diamond. And it goes right over the 391 sign in straightaway center. Cubs dugout meeting him right at the top of the dugout. He is fired up. Congratulations to Ramirez at a big home run. You'll never forget that one.
Miguel Amaya looks at a sinking fastball for a strike. 0-1. 6-1 Cubs over the Giants here in the 5th. Ramirez with a blast. 414 feet the pitch. Low to Amaya. 1-1. And he hit that one really hard. Exit velocity 105 miles per hour. San Martin deals, and Amaya fouls it back. 1-2.
Boy, you love Ramirez. He gets in the lineup, and he's swinging. Firing this ball game, he's doubled. And now homer.
Tapper right back to the mound, fielded by San Martin. Sidearm throw to first. In time, Amaya's retired, 2 away.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
We were just in Craig Counsell's office yesterday, and he was lamenting the lack of slug from the Cubs this season. That has not been a problem tonight. Cubs have blasted 3 home runs as Dansby Swanson digs in. San Martin works his motion and deals and looks at a changeup for a strike. 0-1. Pete Crow Armstrong led off the game, taking the first pitch out of the yard opposite field. Here's the 0-1. And that one's low to Swanson. 1 ball, 1 strike. And then in this inning, Cubs have gone deep twice. Ian Happ, a solo shot. Pedro Ramirez, a solo shot. 6-1 Cubs. Now the 1-1. Foul back off the screen by Swanson.
Flag starting to blow even a little harder now towards center field when you look back behind us. And that ball goes up high in the air. It's really going to go towards center and right center.
That last pitch low. So the count is now 2-2 on Swanson. San Martin kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gets Swanson with a changeup. But a productive top of the 5th for the Cubs. Happ and Ramirez go deep. Middle 5. It's the Cubs with a 6-1 lead over the Giants. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs guests and more on your way home 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Hey, Chicago, Coom here. Stats don't lie. Want MVP numbers and light beer? That's Flight by Yingling. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, refreshing. That's elite efficiency. Other beers, padding stats with extra carbs and no flavor. Care about your beer stats? The choice is obvious. Flight is dominating. Numbers don't lie, Chicago. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Dear summer, spend more time on the road and less coin at the pump with Toyota's fuel-efficient lineup. Toyota, let's go places.
Tuesday, June 30th is University of Michigan night. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition New Era Cubs and Michigan cap as Luis Arraez looks at a fastball for a strike from Ben Brown to begin the last of the fifth. Cubs with a 6-1 lead over the Giants here in the middle game of this 3-game set. Cubs looking to win their third in a row. Now the 0-1. Arraez drills one deep down the right field line, but hooking way foul. It did not have home run distance. Count is 0-2. Arraez tripled his last time up off the brick wall in right center field, extending his hitting streak to 13 games. Brown peers in, acknowledges the sign from Amaya, puts the ball in the glove, sets above the belt, works his motion and deals. Arraez fouls it back. Count remains 0-2.
This guy's just got a very good short swing. Can wait a long time, and then he's very good at just hitting the ball where it's pitched. So if you throw him in, he just drops the head of the bat down. If it's away, lets the ball carry, and he shoots the line drive the other way.
The pitch. And a ground ball hit to short. Fielded on one knee by Swanson. Throw across in time. Arraez is retired. One away here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
And that's another line drive, one hop right at Dansby. But another good swing by Arraez. Love that Browning went right on the attack against Arraez.
The first out, Coombs, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Bryce Eldridge at the plate, left-handed batter. Brown delivers, and Eldridge looks at a ball up high, 1-0. And this is something we talked about yesterday, Coombe. When you've got the lead, it changes the dynamic, and it certainly helps Brown knowing he can just go after it now.
Yep, this is the second time he's pitched with a big lead. Yeah, and Cubs up 6-1. I mean, but the thing that I like about, and maybe this first time that he went out there and he had the lead, he went on the attack, and there's something about that has carried over in each start.
The 2-0 in their first strike, 2-1.
And, maybe that light bulb goes off when you're a young player and, you pitch with a big lead and then you just go really on the attack and say, go ahead and hit it, and he's got great stuff. So they're not going to just hit it.
Eldridge pops it up, left side foul territory. Ramirez, the third baseman, giving chase near the sidewall, but this bounces out of play in the stands. 2-2.
But you just don't know what that moment was for Brownie. But, he has been lights out since he's joined the rotation. Good for him. I know you were in your pregame show, Counts was talking about young players taking advantage of their opportunity. He's at the top of the list for the Cubs.
The 2-2, a bouncing ball hit on the right side, fielded by Horner on the edge of the outfield grass. The throw to first in time, 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth with the Cubs up 6-1. The last couple of nights we've seen 2 guys who have taken advantage of opportunities. Last night it was Javier Assad, and not just last night, when he came in last weekend against the Giants, filling in for the injured Jamison Tyone. Threw 6 1/3 shutout baseball out of the pen, and then 6 innings of scoreless baseball last night. And Brown has been dynamite this year. Casey Schmidt at the plate, line drive, right field, base hit. Fielded by Shaw, who quickly gets it back to the infield. So 2-out single for Casey Schmidt the other way.
That just a little soft single inside out job to right. But yeah, you're exactly right. I think, for Assad now you got to look at him he's in the rotation now. You've had 2 outings like that in the same week, Sunday and then on Friday against the same team. That's impressive.
Now Rafael Devers digs in, left-handed batter. Brown delivers and misses off the outside, 1-0.
Now Devers had some big swings in his last at-bat on fastballs down in the zone. He struck out on the fastball up in the zone. Let's see if they stay up against him and not throw him fastballs down. Now the knuckle curve, different story, but no fastballs down.
Here's the 1-0. Devers fouls it back. That was a knuckle curve. Devers doubled his first time up, and as you mentioned, struck out his last time up. Schmidt at first being held on by Bush. Brown's ready. The kick and pitch. Devers swings and pops it foul out of play off to the left, 1-2. Seiya Suzuki left the game in the 4th inning with an apparent leg issue. We have yet to receive word from the Cubs. Matt Shaw now in right field for the Cubs. And the 1-2, Brown to Devers. Fouled out of play off to the left, upper deck here at Oracle Park. The sun has set. Lights have taken full effect tonight here in San Francisco.
Devers a little upset with himself. He got that fastball down and in that last pitch and didn't get to it.
The 1-2 delivery. Devers lines it to left. It'll drop in front of Happ. And now the Giants have men at first and second with 2 away. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Jung-Hoo Lee will hit.
3 or 4 fastballs in that at bat to Devers. He was going to catch up to one. You can see that in his last at bat. And then the 1-2 pitch he fouled off. And then they went to the 2-seamer, and he is right on time. Tommy Hotovy going to the mound. He's going to have a little check because this is one of those moments in the game now with Lee at the plate. One swing of the bat and it gets the Giants right back into this ballgame.
Jung-Hoo Lee is 0 for 2 tonight, but he's one of the best hitters in baseball this season. A couple of flyouts. Had an 18-game hitting streak snapped in last night's ball game. Decorated star in the KBO in South Korea before coming to the San Francisco Giants, playing Major League Baseball. Righty-lefty matchup. Giants have men at first and second with 2 away. Last of the 5th, Cubs up 6-1. Brown deals. And Lee looks at a strike. Fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour. Inside edge, just above the knees. Brown looks at second. That's where Schmidt is. And the 0-1. Pulled on the ground, foul off to the right. Lee in the hole, 0-2.
Browning doing a good job getting ahead of him now. That last pitch, knuckle curve down and in. Lee hooked it way foul. Now let's see if they go elevated gas. You just want to get this guy out and get this inning over.
Brown sets at the belt. Looks at second. Here comes the 0-2. And a ground ball hit up the middle. Fielded left of second by Swanson. His throw to first in time. And Brown works out of the jam as the Giants leave 2 here in the 5th. We head to inning number 6. It's the Cubs with a 6-1 lead over the Giants. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Live in the Chicagoland area? Get all the Cubs games on the Odyssey app. AUDACY.
At 19 weeks pregnant, I found out my blood was attacking my baby. I'm Ellen, and my team said her only chance at survival was a rare procedure.
Top ranked in Illinois for obstetrics and gynecology by U.S. News and World Report, the team at Northwestern Maternal Fetal Medicine Clinic treats high-risk pregnancies from across Chicagoland. They performed an unprecedented 5 in utero blood transfusions to ensure Ellen and her baby had a compatible blood type.
Today, my baby is healthy and full of life.
Northwestern Medicine, better.
Hey, Cubs fans.
Southwest Airlines here with more reasons why flying Southwest from Chicago just makes sense. We're famously friendly, nonstops out the wazoo, and so reliable. In fact, the Wall Street Journal ranked us #1, first among U.S. airlines. I guess the answer to who's on first is Southwest Airlines, official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or protect your exteriors with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. Available exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Their high-quality products ensure a flawless finish every time. Ready to start your next project? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Before we start the top of the sixth, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the score middays with Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate to begin the top half of the sixth inning. Sam Hentges, new left-hander on the mound for the Giants. And he starts off Crow Armstrong with a fastball high, 1-0 the count. Cubs with a 6-1 lead over the Giants. A 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
You know, kind of what we thought. Seiya Suzuki came out of the game with right knee discomfort is what they're saying. It just looked like he jammed his knee, like that one step looked really awkward. As he tried that shoestring catch, just didn't quite make the catch. Then that next step, trying to stop, it looked like he jammed his knee. Hopefully, I'm sure they're going to do some tests and he'll be okay. Let's hope so.
Crow Armstrong looks at a slider low and outside. 2-1 the count. PCA homered to lead off the game. Ian Happ and Pedro Ramirez have also gone deep for the Cubs. We're up by 5. The pitch. In there for strike sinking fastball, clocked at 95 miles per hour, 2-2.
I really don't think McDonald got on track the rest of the ball game after the very first pitch of the game when Pete homered to left center.
Hentges, the left-hander, peers in, gets the sign from Haas, straightens up, puts the ball in the glove, the kick and pitch. A breaking ball off the outside. Pete was taken all the way. He's worked a full count. Alex Bregman on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Hentges works on the extreme third base side of the rubber. The pitch bounced foul off to the right. Count remains 3-2.
Hentges does this weird thing on the mound when he comes set. Now, he's kind of thrown from the set position, but there's no base runners. So he kind of rocks on that front foot up and down, up and down, up and down, and then he goes. He's doing it again.
The pitch. Called strike 3. Fastball, 94 miles per hour, right down the middle. Freezing PCA, 1 away.
Fastball in her half, 94 miles an hour. Pete could not, he was probably expecting some kind of breaking ball and got the fastball in.
So now Alex Bregman digs in. 0 for 2 and is hit by a pitch. He swings, lines one in a right, drops in for a base hit. So we are seeing, Kuma, concerted effort the last couple of nights by Alex Bregman to go the other way, and it's leading to success.
Well, if you're having issues timing-wise or your body's out of sync, the hands and the body with the swing, there's a couple fixes for it. One of them is making sure your head tracks the ball really well to contact. The other one is letting the ball get deeper and starting using the other side of the field. And now we're finally seeing Bregman do that, and he's getting on time more.
Michael Busch swings and hits one in the air to left. Playable for Schmidt, who comes in and makes the catch. 2 away.
But, we all want to hit home runs, and everybody, that's a given. You want to see the ball get smoked to the pull side and hit home runs and do all those things. But when you're not going good, you've got to have something else kind of in your back pocket that you can go to still, have some productive at-bats. And I think Bregman has just found that using that other side of the field is really helping.
Matt Shaw hitting for the first time tonight. Looks at a sinker for a strike, 0-1. Right along the outside edge, about knee-high. 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Cubs up 6-1. A man at first in Bregman. Shaw waits for the 0-1. Long set by Hentges. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Coombe talked about Seiya Suzuki having to leave the game in the 4th with right knee discomfort. It was Shaw who entered the game to replace Suzuki. This is the cleanup spot in the Cubs order. The 0-2. A breaking ball that hits Shaw. And now the Cubs have 2 on with 2 away here in the 6th. And Ian Happ will dig in.
Yeah, a little slider down and in. Caught Shaw in either. Not sure which hit him in the back foot. So 2 men on. Another big swing of the bat. Ian with a long home run in his last AB.
Happ hitting from the right side against the left-hander Hentges. Checks second. That's for Bregman in. Here's the pitch. Bounced foul off to the left. 0-1 the count.
Nice play at third base by Todd Tishner, the third base umpire. Deflection off the dugout, and he caught the ball in the air. Oh boy, Todd.
That's why the crowd
We get on the umpires once in a while. You got to give them their due, too. That was a nice play.
That's fair. Now the 0-1. That lines it foul off
Don't
the
catch
left.
that one, Todd. That one's going to hurt.
Ian broke his bat on that swing. Gets a new bat from the bat boy. Ian doesn't like that bat.
So
And
bring
now
me
gets
the one
another
with the hits in it.
Yeah.
That one. There we go.
It's a lot easier when the bats are labeled.
Yeah.
Hits.
Usually you bring 3 bats down, usually down to the dugout where there's a game bat bag usually where your bats are in. You've got 2 or 3 that are your gamers.
2 on, 2 away. 6-1 Cubs here in the 6th. The pitch to Happ is up high, 1-2. So how many bats do you generally bring with you on a road trip, per se?
We bring quite for a week road trip like Cubs are on 2 series. You'd probably bring at least a dozen bats, right? Yeah. Break a couple in one ball game, and, if you didn't, you'd be.
Pitch in the dirt. Check swing by Happ on appeal. No swing. 2-2.
Because in a dozen bats, you might get 4 or 5 that you would say are gamers, and then the rest you would use for batting practice. So that's why you got to bring extra bats.
I love how you're talking to me like I would have any idea what it's like.
Well, you asked. Yeah.
But thank you. I appreciate it. Here comes the 2-2. Happ swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him on a sinking fastball. Cubs leave 2. Middle 6. It's the Cubs 6 and the Giants 1 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago. This is Pete Crow Armstrong. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, where power meets precision in a truck that leads where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. We are professional grade. During GMC Truck Month, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR for 5 years on 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 models, plus no monthly payments for 130 days. See your local GMC dealer today. Monthly payment is $1,667 for every $1,000 you finance. Average example down payment is 9.56%. Must finance through GM Financial. Some customers will not qualify. Deferred monthly payments for 130 days. Excludes residents of PA. Down payment required at signing if applicable. Finance charges accrue from date of financing. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 6/30/26.
Corn isn't just grown here, it works here. Illinois corn is a real heavy hitter, leading the nation in output and driving a $148 billion economic impact statewide. From jobs and products to opportunities in communities across Illinois, corn keeps our economy moving season after season. From first pitch to the final out, corn delivers for Illinois. Learn more about our homegrown economy made possible with corn at watchusgrow.org/corn.
Southwest Airlines is the official airline of your Chicago Cubs, and you can bet your sweet Cubbies we fly to their away games. Hint, hint.
Bottom of the sixth inning here in San Francisco. Game 2 of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Giants, and it's the Cubs with a 6-1 lead. Ben Brown leaves, new man on the mound for the Cubs to begin the sixth. Right-hander Ethan Roberts takes over. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Willie Adames digs in against Roberts, who works on the first base side of the rubber. So a righty-righty matchup. And here comes the pitch. Adames looks at a strike. Count is 0-1. That was a cutter from Roberts. Brown went 5 innings tonight. 1 run on 7 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts.
Another very good outing for Brownie.
The pitch is low, 1-1.
Gotta like that. He's, it's just building more and more confidence. Brownie with 80 says, looking at his pitch count, see where he was at. I think he's at 80. You see that right? 86 pitches in the game today.
Which is kind of where he's been as a starter the last few times out. Last pitch misses. 2-1 the count now on Adames. Gets out of a crouch, uses a toe tap. And the 2-1. Line drive, hit to right center field. Shaw racing back, tracks it down, and makes a backhanded catch in that deep alleyway in right center here at Oracle Park. 1 away.
Matty started going across and then realized that Adames hit this ball better than he thought. And the wind is blowing out that way, too, towards right center. So then he had to make a right turn and get out to that gap. But Matty with very good speed just kind of outran that baseball. Nice play by Matt Shaw.
The first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Matt Chapman at the plate. There's a check swing and a pitch low on appeal. That's a strike. First base umpire Clint Vondrak says Chapman went around 0-1. Peers in, gets the sign from Amaya. Straightens up, sets up high, works his motion and deals. And misses low with a sinker. 1-1 the count. Ben Brown is an ERA of 1.74 after tonight's ball game.
That'll get it done.
Been lights out.
Yeah.
Any role this year with the Cubs. Here's the 1-1. That misses low. 2-1 now on Chapman.
Just think of where the Cubs would be without Assad and Brownie in the last 2 weeks. Oof. They have really stepped up in a big way to help the Cubs.
Here comes the 2-1 offering. Called strike. Another cutter from Ethan Roberts. Chapman just spun around and looked at the home plate umpire, Tyler Jones. Calls time, steps out of the box. Now digs back in. Giants have 1 challenge remaining. Count is 2-2. Roberts delivers, and the pitch. Fouled out of play off to the right.
Tell you, a lot of guys been looking back at Jones in this ball game, with the ball strike calls. Same thing with the pitchers. But I'll say this, there's been a lot of pitches thrown in this game in particular that were right around the edges of the strike zone. And McDonald had a little hiccup there where he was a little erratic, but
called strike 3. Sinker, and that hit the zone. 2 away as Chapman is retired. It was right along the inside edge, about knee-high.
Yeah, after going away, then they zip him with the heater in and freeze him on that fastball inside. But I was saying about Jones, there's been a lot of pitches that are borderline. So, he's doing a pretty good job with all the pitches that have been right around the strike zone with some pretty good stuff.
Drew Gilbert at the plate, 2 away. Cubs up 6-1 in the 6th. And Gilbert looks at a cutter for a strike from Ethan Roberts. Near the bottom of the zone on the outside edge, 0-1. Gilbert a left-handed batter. Roberts a right-hander. And now the 0-1. Lined foul off the netting to the left.
And let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning. Sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Cubs with 3 home runs in the game today. They're up 6-1. The 3 home runs, great. Extra base hits, multiple extra base hits. That is outstanding. And 9 hits in the game.
That never goes out of style. Comes the 0-2 delivery by Roberts. And Gilbert looks at a ball down low, 1-2. You know, a lot's been made, and rightfully so, about the Cubs' struggles for the last month with runners in scoring position. That's where the home run ball can help alleviate some of the issues it has tonight. Here's the 1-2. That one hits Gilbert. Not quite sure where it got him. It's a slow-moving breaking ball from Roberts.
Yeah, I think it hit him in the front leg. It was a slider that Roberts pulled. Got him in the front, kind of shin or calf area, I believe. Oh, maybe the back. I don't know. Front leg. Yep, front foot.
And he's got the shin guard, but nothing protecting the front of the foot. And where does it hit you? Baseball. Eric Haas digs in the pitch. He swings. It's a high fly ball deep down the left field line, but hooking foul. It did not have home run distance. 0-1. Cubs are looking to win a 3rd consecutive ball game for the first time since that second 10-game winning streak that they had earlier this season. And that streak ended May 8th. So it's been a while. The 0-1. Haas swings and misses in a slow-moving breaking ball, 0-2.
Good hook there by Roberts. That one had Haas way out front.
Haas calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts his orange batting gloves, looks at his bat, a long stare. Now he digs in. 2 down, bottom 6. Gilbert at first, being held on by Bush. And the 0-2. Check swing at a pitch in the dirt. On appeal, no swing, says Clint Fondrak. So 1-2 the count. Temperature was 62 degrees at first pitch. It's probably in the high 50s now. The 1-2. Haas pops it. Foul out of play off to the right. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, it definitely cools off when you get here in San Francisco midsummer. The nights, it's so different from anywhere else you play, where summer it gets hot. Here it just gets cool at night. Beautiful day today here in San Francisco.
Yeah, it hit the 70s, I think.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Haas fouls it away again. Out of play off to the right, 1-2. The best time of year here, weather-wise, is October.
Yeah, fall, yeah. Now, when you'd come here with the Bears and they'd play like a winter game, it's still nice here.
Oh, yeah.
It's still beautiful weather.
Here comes the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Haas chases a sweeper. And that ends the 6th inning. The Giants leave a man on base. We head to the 7th. Cubs on top of San Francisco, 6-1 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
In baseball, it's all about keeping your eye on the ball. And at Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha, it's about keeping things simple. No inflated prices, no games, just a relaxed, honest car buying experience. Get 0% for 48 months on a new 2026 Subaru Outback, plus a $750 welcome to summer rebate. Visit ZieglerSubaruKenosha.com today. Take the short drive north and discover why there's a lot to love at Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. 2083 per $1,000 finance with $0 down to qualified buyers with approved credit on select models. Expires 6/30/26.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or biglou.com.
When choosing a financial partner, you want people you trust. At Consumers Credit Union, you can trust they put you first. Partner with the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
That's up 6-1 here at the top of the seventh inning. In this seventh inning, sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone. Ready for wherever the road takes you. And so far, so good for the Kellys, Patrick.
Nico Horner will lead off, Ron. Nico drilled a home run earlier, and he'll take a fastball strike. Ryan Walker is the new right-handed pitcher for the Giants. Lights have taken full effect. Cubs on top 6-1, looking for their third consecutive win, which would be the first time they would have achieved that since early May. And now the 0-1 from Walker, and Nico will take a fastball strike.
Walker pitched in yesterday's ball game for a little bit, and he has one of the more unique deliveries in all of baseball. He's about to deliver the ball out of hand, and he still hasn't looked at home plate yet.
Nico bounces one foul, and ducking out of the way is Pedro Ramirez in the on-deck circle.
As a right-handed hitter, this would not be a comfortable at bat. When the guy's not even looking where he's throwing, that's not good.
Now, did you ever get nailed in the on-deck circle, Ron?
I have, yeah.
Here comes the 0-2. Fly ball right field shallow. Angling out, the second baseman Arai is making the catch in very short right field. That's out number one. Cubs lead 6-1. And the batter is Pedro Ramirez.
Yeah, that's usually not good when you get hit in the on-deck circle.
Do you remember who hit the ball that nailed you?
I don't. I think it might have been Pat Mears at the Metrodome.
Here's a swing and a chopper back to the mound, fielded by Walker, and he'll throw to first, a low throw, but it is in time to get Pedro Ramirez, and that's going to be out number two. Two gone, and the batter, Miguel Amaya.
Ramirez had a very quick at bat, but you and I were talking about him before the ball game today. He's getting a start at third base, and Bregman getting a chance to DH. And we were talking about Ramirez and him driving the ball today. How about today? A double and a home run to straightaway center field.
Cubs got those 2 runs in the 5th inning. Pair of home runs in the inning. Another good, strong outing by Ben Brown. Plenty of Cub fans here in San Francisco. The pitch on the way to Amaya is off the inside corner, 1-1. Day game tomorrow will wrap up the series and the road trip. It'll start at 3:10 Central Time. Colin Ray against Logan Webb. Here is a swing and a foul back and out of play. Should be getting the attendance figure here soon.
Yep, we did get it. It's 35,142.
Plenty of those are Cub fans. No, look out, Amaya gets hit by the pitch, and he's hurt. Amaya got hit either in the hand or the wrist, and he is in pain. He did a deep knee bend, but you can tell he's in agony right now. I'm not sure exactly where it got him. He starts to walk slowly toward first, so he wants to stay in the game. That's good. And I still don't know where it got him, Ron.
Yeah, I think in this either the wrist, the left wrist or forearm area. This pitch is up and in. Well, might have got him right in the elbow.
Now, he's got a pad on part of that elbow. I don't know if it hit an area that was unpadded.
I think it hit him in that elbow guard.
And still caused that much agony?
I think so.
Amaya at first base now. And he says, I'm okay. Two down, a man at first. And here is Dansby Swanson. The guy operating the scoreboard still has Amaya's name up there. Now they've changed it to Dansby Swanson. And the pitch on the way to Dansby is in there for a strike. Cubs trying to get to 3 games above 500 as they start to work their way back. Here's a bouncing ball toward third. Fair ball. Long throw from foul territory and a good throw by Chapman. My goodness, he makes some dazzling plays. From foul territory, made a running throw to get Dansby at first. Cubs don't score. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs 6, Giants 1 on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Alex Bregman. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago sports fans, it's Ron Coomer. Summer baseball is in full swing, and it's the perfect time to enjoy your outdoor space. TimberTech decking is engineered with advanced innovation and resilient design to stand up to sun, rain, and years of gathering. You get the beauty of wood without sanding, staining, or splinters. Order free samples or connect with a contractor near you at TimberTech.com. TimberTech.com. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Some days self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm going to have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Cubs fans, it's Pat Hughes. If your business needs lots of water, the Village of Bedford Park offers a safe and reliable Lake Michigan water supply. Visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
A reminder that all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Pat?
All right, Zach, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Caleb Thielbar, the new man on the mound. We'll take a look at a little baseball history as we move along. Lefty to lefty, Luis Arraez batting, and the first pitch lifted into left toward the line. Long run is Ramirez making a nice running catch. The third baseman with a tough angle run. You had to make that play a few hundred times. Nice grab on the run.
Yeah, it really is. And with the wind blowing out towards right center, it's blowing it back towards fair territory. So Ramirez on a run and makes his catch over like around his left shoulder, which is kind of an odd spot, but very nice play.
And here's Bryce Eldridge hitting a fly ball deep left center. Back goes PCA near the wall, makes the catch right near the 399 sign. He gets an amazingly quick jump on a ball, plus he has blinding speed. He is an exceptional defensive center fielder.
Yep, Cubs playing Eldridge around towards left center, mainly because of the short porch and right down the line. And that helped Pete get to that ball with somewhat ease, even though he had a long way to go.
2 down, Casey Schmidt, the batter, and he'll take a strike. This date in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Here comes the 0-1. Drilled foul deep to left. The legendary Babe Ruth in ill health. Babe Ruth Day was celebrated at Yankee Stadium. That's part of the Babe Ruth movie. I'm sure many of you have seen that many, many times. You could tell his voice was very scratchy. He was battling cancer. Never been a man quite like the Babe in big league ball.
I would agree.
Ryne Sandberg retired on this date in 1994, a sad day for the Cubs. He suddenly retired, walking away from baseball, but then happily he would return in 1996 and play 2 more seasons. I still miss him. Here's the 1-2, dribbled foul, third base side.
Yeah.
And we got to know him as broadcasters, and he couldn't have been nicer to me, Ron. I just thought he was a tremendous guy.
Yeah, right. Excuse me, Rhino. Great guy. Great player, but just a great baseball guy. And we'd have great conversations about hitting and always very congenial to everybody coming around the ballpark to see him.
A true legend.
Yeah.
Now the 2-2 to Casey Schmidt, foul toward third. Christy Mathewson, 1912, recorded his 300th career win. You wonder if a pitcher these days, Ron, will be able to win 300. It doesn't seem like it in the immediate future.
Yeah.
Fastball is high. They just don't work deep enough into games.
I would agree. And, the other thing, I think that the last 2 guys, there's just a couple right now that are in the league, that Scherzer, he's got a bunch of wins, and who's
swing and a miss, strike 3.
But with that being said, I agree with you. I just don't see that happening.
Nice 1-2-3 inning by Caleb Thielbar. We move to inning number 8. Cubs 6, Giants 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi Harrison Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're carrying a lot of credit card or personal loan debt, every month can start to feel the same. All those bills, all those due dates, all that stress. There's a solution that's designed to make it easier for you. National Debt Relief could put you on the fast track to paying off your credit card debt, personal loans, and even medical debt for less than you owe, with just one low monthly payment you can afford. And no, it's not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. It's a real, affordable debt relief program that could save you lots of money. National Debt Relief has already helped over 1 million people with their debt and has thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more, don't wait. Call 800-878-4646 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-878-4646. One call could help reduce what you owe and simplify your monthly payments. Call 800-878-4646 now to find out how much you could save.
Southwest Airlines is the official airline of your Chicago Cubs, and you can bet your sweet Cubbies we fly to their away games. Hint, hint.
Top of the 8th inning here in San Francisco. Oracle Park Cubs up 6-1. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877. Cars for Kids, that's Cars of the K to donate your car today, Patrick.
Okay, Ron, Cubs looking good, leading by 5. Pete Crow Armstrong needs a triple to complete a cycle. And this is a good park to get it as he takes a strike from Dylan Smith, the new right-handed reliever in for San Francisco. Pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan. Here is a foul drive off to the left and out of play. Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water, and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Crow Armstrong with a double, homer, and single in the game. Here's the 0-2 to Pete. Swing and a miss, strike three. Out number one, eighth inning. But Ron, another solid outing by Ben Brown.
Yeah, he was outstanding. 5 innings. He ended up at about 85 or 86 pitches in the ball game. But once again, 1 run. And he had a little traffic, had some bumps a little bit, but pitched out of it. But at the end of the day, 1 run, in 5 innings, and he gave the Cubs another great chance to win. Cubs offense got him a lead, and he is in line right now to get the W in this ballgame.
Bregman 1 for 3 with a walk. Looks at a strike, 0-2. 35,142. The winner in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game, Ron Coomer. Zach and I were a little bit too heavy with our guesses. And now the 0-2 pitch on the way to Bregman. Low and outside for a ball. Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably just not worth drinking. And the 1-2 dribbled up along first, foul. Zach Zaidman preparing the postgame show for you. Also known as the Old National Bank Cubs Radio postgame show, the official bank of the Cubs Radio Network. And that'll be coming your way right after the game. We are in the 8th inning. Cubs on top 6-1. Bouncing ball to short, charging and scooping as Adames. Running throw to first in time. And that's out number 2. And the batter, Michael Busch.
And I get 2 outs in the 8th here with a 6-run lead. Bushy homered in yesterday's ball game. He's doubled and walked twice. The second walk that he drove in a run, he got an RBI. It was a bases-loaded walk. This is kind of a free shot to take a shot at the old water out there and right.
He takes outside for a ball. Ron, you're going to be naming the toast of the game in the 9th inning, sponsored by Benny's Beverage Depot. And now the 1-0 pitch. Busch takes down low.
Well, you definitely got some candidates. Cubs 6 runs on 9 hits. And San Francisco only 1 run on 7 hits in this game.
Here's a high fly ball foul off to the left and out of play. Cubs trying to get their 3rd straight win. And that would be their longest string since the 2nd week of May. And it's down low for a ball. But if there's one redeeming factor about playing 162 games, and there are many of them, but the main one is, Ron, you always have time early in a season, and we're still relatively early before the All-Star break. Here's a bouncing ball toward the middle, right over the bag, and bobbled by Adames. Hit him in the bare hand. It might have hurt his finger. It's going to be an error, but it looked like it took a little bit of a tricky hop right near second base.
Yeah, this ball, I think he was worried it was going to hit the bag. And then it bounces right past the bag in an area where I'm sure there's been a lot of traffic and spikes. The ground dug up a little bit. And this ball comes up on him and hits him right in the index finger. And it'll be an error on Adames.
And Zach immediately leaping into action, letting me know that there is a commercial to be read. And I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it here in my list of commercials. And it's a very important commercial.
Oh, it is.
And here it is.
Yeah, there's a guy.
Sponsored by North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. Woo. I'm not even going to comment on that one, Ron. I want to. Here comes the stretch. And the 1-1. Bounced off the glove of Dylan Smith, and that's going to be a base hit. The ball rolled in back of the mound. By the time Arise could sweep in and pick up the ground ball, the Cubs had 2 men on base. So Shaw gets a base hit. Bush is safe at second. 2 men on, 2 down, 8th inning. Cubs trying to blow it wide open, already leading 6-1.
I'll see if Happer can cap the night off with something good. He homered in the 5th inning.
So you're looking for a Happer capper? Is that what you're...
Oh, my.
As he takes high for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah. That was a Hall of Fame statement right there, boy.
Let's not get carried away. 1 ball and no strikes. That batting left-handed, waiting. And now taking down low for a ball. It's 2-0. But it really is true, Rhonda. There are so many games. You always have a chance.
Yeah.
Until you get, like into the middle of August or beyond. But until that time, anything is possible.
Well, I think what you look at is, we're still in the first half of the season.
Sure.
And, the Cubs had some great moments, those 2 stretches of 10-game win streaks. And then they've had some bad stretches, and we hopefully just getting over that. But you're still over 500, so you're still in striking distance of everybody, which is a good thing, this time of the year.
2-1 is a strike to Hap, 2-2.
You put together a good 2 weeks, and, it's game 4, 5, 6 games on a team.
1 more game in this series tomorrow, and then 3 against Colorado at Wrigley starting on Monday night. And you would never say those are going to be easy games to win, but those are not strong teams either.
Right.
Now the 2-2. Check swing, it's low. Hap taking, it's ball 3, 3-2. You always have to remember there are good players on every single team. Maybe not as many good players on the teams down in the standings as there are on the teams in the upper part of the standings, but still there are some good players. They're professional players. They know how to pitch, they know how to hit, they know how to turn double plays. It's a fine line between certain teams.
Yep. Count is 3-2. They got the count screwed up on the scoreboard in center field. So the Cubs runners will be going. There they go.
And the pitch taken for strike 3 called by Ian Happ. So the Cubs do not score. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 6, Giants 1 on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Benny's goes to the dogs. Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to area service dog charities. Here's toasting to man's best friend. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. It includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, plus 24/7 roadside assistance. That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Elantra for $179 a month or get $2,000 total savings. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 6th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Sloan has been supporting Cubs fans at Wrigley Field for generations with trusted restroom solutions. Today, that commitment continues throughout the concourse with bottle fillers delivering clean drinking water all season long. Learn more at Sloan.com.
Did you know you could earn up to $600 when you open a checking account at Old National Bank?
$600? You could do a lot with that. Like tickets to somewhere warm?
Now boarding for Miami.
Or tickets to your favorite band.
Or tickets to your favorite band in Miami.
Boom! Now you're talking.
Earn up to a $600 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Additional restrictions apply. Visit oldnational.com/checking. Offer valid through June 30th, 2026. Member FDIC.
Fans know a steal when they see one, like tuxedos and suits from Suits 2020 in Niles. Why rent when you can own for about the same price? Schedule your free fitting at Suits2020.com.
It's time to check the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. In progress, top of the ninth in Vegas. The A's leading the Rockies 7-5. Zach Geloff with a 2-run shot.
Rafael Devers will take a strike. Zach 0-1.
Jose Siri with a 2-run shot. Pat Angels all over the Rays 8-0 in the top of the ninth.
Lefty to lefty, Thielbar coming back to Devers. Here is a swing and a miss, and the count now 1-1.
And we've got a whole bunch of finals on the board. The Cardinals beat the Twins 9-6. The Yankees a 3-1 winner over the Blue Jays. Paul Goldschmidt with the go-ahead home run for the Bronx Bombers.
How many home runs is that now for Goldschmidt this year?
It's a great question, Pat. So look it up.
Does he have about 10?
Goldschmidt now on the year with 9 home runs.
Okay.
The Nationals beat the Mariners 8-3.
Curveball missing for ball 2, 2-2.
Pirates edge the Marlins 3-2. Other action, the Padres a 9-3 winner over the Orioles. Braves beat the Mets 3-1. Eli White and Michael Harris II both went deep.
And now the 2-2. Fisted into the air, left center, and running over and making the catch, Pete Crow Armstrong. He was almost in straightaway left field, Ron, when he hauled that ball in.
Yeah, that's one of those. The Cubs are shifting because of that short porch, so everybody's shifted around towards left center. So Pete covering more of left and left center, and Ian kind of playing more towards the line. That's a pretty good plays today. Tough play of the game. That's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Jung-Hoo Lee took a strike. Now the next offering is taken high, 1-1. Cubs out hitting the Giants 10-7, leading 6-1. And the next pitch, check swing foul. He was actually trying to get out of the way of the pitch. Inadvertently fouled it away, 1-2.
Lost his helmet pitch. Not that far in, but check swing foul. Catch the game. Catch the game sponsored by Catch Des Moines. That plays a real trip. So is Des Moines. It's a real trip. Make it yours and Catch Des Moines.
Jung-Hoo Lee fouls it back near our booth and out of play.
And make Des Moines your trip at catchdesmoines.com. How about that catch, that sliding catch early in the ballgame by Suzuki?
That'll be the one. Here's a swing and a foul back out of play.
Saya has left the game with said discomfort in the right knee. Kind of jammed his leg in the ground trying to make a shoestring catch in right. Hopefully it's just a slight issue for him.
Fastball is high. Thielbar can bring it. 2-2 on Jung-Hoo Lee. Lee has flied out twice and bounced out 0 for 3. Lefty to lefty, the 2-2 line toward right, but coming in and making the catch is Matt Shaw, and that's out number 2.
Good breaking ball by Thielbar to get the little routine out to Shaw, and that'll bring out Craig Counsell with 2 outs here in the 8th.
Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products. Siding with the Cubs. Cubs on top 6-1. We'll be back with more after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Dansby Swanson. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
When life changes, Get Covered Illinois has you covered. Real Illinoisans, here to help. Whether you connect with one of our free brokers or navigators, or compare plans through our online platform created for you, we are here to help you find the plan that meets your needs and budget. Get Covered Illinois is the only place connecting you to tax credits that may reduce your monthly costs. Apply and enroll at getcoveredillinois.gov.
Sponsored by Illinois Department of Insurance.
Checking some finals from around Major League Baseball. The Reds beat the Diamondbacks 2-1. Noel V. Marte with the go-ahead home run for Cincinnati. The Dodgers beat the White Sox 7-1. Yoshinobu Yamamoto had a perfect game in the 8th inning. That ended because of a booted ball by Mookie Betts. And then in the 9th inning, had a no-hitter with one away until a home run ended that. But the Dodgers win the game 7-1. Yamamoto now 7-4 on the year. Red Sox beat the Rangers 6-3. And the Phillies knock off the Brewers 9-8. Astros hold on and beat the Royals 8-7, and it's a final in Anaheim. The Angels knock off the Rays 8-0. Pat?
Zach, thank you. We go to the bottom of inning number 8. Willie Adames leads it off. And the right-hander Phil Maton now pitching, fires a strike 0-1. It's Ben Brown's game to win. And the pitch. Line toward short, backhanded by Swanson magically, and throws to first to get him. And a nice scoop by Bush on the other end. What a play by Dansby, and a nice play on the other end by Bush. That is big league ball right there. We go to the 9th inning. Cubs on top 6-1 over the Giants. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs guests, and more on your way home, 2-6 on 104.3 The Score.
Remember enjoying those iconic red, white, and blue freezer pops in the summer? Now imagine that flavor reinvented as an energy shot. Introducing the Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shot. A flavor explosion of sweet cherry, zesty lime, and electric blue raspberry that all come blasting together for a seriously refreshing shot. Ignite your taste buds with the flavor of the summer. Get a Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shot today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Imagine having your skull detached from your spine to save you from paralysis. When Phil came to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, his spine was digging into his brainstem, but our team developed a plan to rebuild his spine.
Nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Medicine is pioneering treatments for the toughest conditions. Incredibly, Phil was walking just days after surgery.
As Phil's nurse, I'm proud to be on a team that's changing lives.
Northwestern Medicine, better.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
For the 9th in San Francisco, the Cubs with a 6-1 lead over the Giants. The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life, circalasvegas.com. Pat?
Nico Horner first up, 9th inning. Cubs on top 6-1. Out hitting the Giants 10-7. And now the right-hander on the mound, Caleb Killian, former Cub, as Zach noted, will fire outside to Nico Horner. Cubs have played some very nice defense in this game. Great play by Swanson to end the bottom of that 8th inning. Nico pops it up foul over near the stands and drifting out of play. But Nico short hopped a line drive right in front of him with the backhand, gloved it cleanly, which was amazing enough, and then quickly made the throw to first. And Bush dug it out on the other end.
Yeah, it was 2 picks in a row, a pick at short and then a pick at first. Two really good plays.
Here's a drive by Nico to center. It's going to be caught by Gilbert. And that's going to be out number 1. Nico hitting in tough luck. Got to just keep swinging.
Yeah, that's another line drive that he's hit at somebody.
Cubs trying to take a 2-0 lead in this series. Trying to take a 3-2 lead in the season series against the Giants, who took 2 of 3 at Wrigley last weekend. Zach says we're getting close to a station identification break. It'll come your way right after this pitch. High for a ball, 10 for ID on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score, and Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Swinging a pop fly foul. Left side, it's going to drift out of play. Chapman ran over to take a look just in case. Some birds have arrived. Late night snack birds, I would say.
Yeah, that pop-up foul almost was a birdie.
Oh, I like
that was
that.
close, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right, they scattered them out towards the outfield now.
These birds look a little on the thin side. Here is a foul drive back toward our booth. And a fan made a very nice catch right down below us.
Thought we were getting close.
And now the 2-2. It's bounced slowly foul toward first. Some of the fans have left. 35,142 were here at the Apex. And many of them have been Cub fans. They were in big numbers in Colorado earlier this week. Now more birds have arrived. A swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Throw to first, and Ramirez is out number 2. And isn't this the city where the famous Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds, took place? San Francisco? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Haven't seen that in a while, have you?
No, I have not. No, long time.
Glad I brought it up. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right. Well hit, going back toward the wall. This ball's going to be off the fence. Played out there by Jung-Hoo Lee, and it's a double for Miguel Amaya. He hit that ball a long way to the opposite field.
First hit of the ball game for Amaya, and this one is a bullet off that right field wall. And he has to hustle into second. So a nice piece of hitting by Amaya.
Cubs lead by 5, 2 down, 9th inning. Here is Swanson. Let's see if Dansby can get a base hit. Takes inside for a ball. Dansby did draw a walk in the 4th inning and score a run. Pete Crow Armstrong led off the game with a home run on the very first pitch. And that always seems to set a nice little tone for your team. Put it this way, I don't think it'll go out of style anytime soon.
Especially not for the leadoff hitter.
Get a homer, a run scored.
Yeah.
RBI.
Filling up the box score before pitch number 2.
Everything's been checked. Here's the 1-1. Low and inside for a ball. Pete, by the way, with an on-base consecutive string of 17 consecutive games. And that's what you want your leadoff men to do. Get on base as often as possible. The theory being that your 2, 3, and 4 hitters, who are generally your best hitters, drive him in.
Well, he scored 2 runs in today's ball game.
More birds have arrived. I'm trying to count them, but they keep flying away. Here comes the 2-2. 2-2 on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that ends the inning. Cubs don't score. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs 6, Giants 1 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk to start your day. Mully and Hawk. Mornings, 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. A.K.A. Uriner Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
Coom here. Baseball's been around a long time, since the 1800s, when pitchers threw underhand. You know what's been around even longer? Yuengling. Yuengling started brewing in 1829. People were drinking a cold Yuengling before baseball even existed. No box scores, no 7th inning stretches, just great beer that stood the test of time for 197 years. So next time you're at a ballpark, grab a Yuengling traditional lager, because just like baseball, legends stand the test of time. Yuengling is proud to be the official beer of the Cubs Radio Network.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees. Extra speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Matt Chapman will be the leadoff hitter for the Giants in the bottom of the 9th inning. Phil Maton still on the mound. It's Ben Brown's game to win. And the pitch on the way to Chapman is a strike. Some more fans have left. Maybe half of the original crowd of 37,000 or 35,142 has remained. And many of them are Cub fans. Here comes the 0-1. Pulled on the ground, foul toward third. It's time, Ron, for you to think about and name the Benny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game ball player. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Well, we got a couple candidates, that is for sure. 2 big ones to me.
The 0-2 is up and away, 1-2.
But a lot of contributors. Cubs with 6 runs on 11 hits in the ball game. Ramirez with his first big league homer and a double in today's game. But I really think that, Ben Brown, 5 innings, only giving up 1 run, and another great outing for Brownie.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Maton gets the strikeout. Chapman is gone. The toast of the game is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
But I would say, don't you think the biggest play of the game today by far was the first pitch of the game that Pete Crow Armstrong hit the home run? And I really don't think McDonald then ever got on track, really, during this ball game. He was just a little off then from very first pitch that Pete hit out of the ballpark.
I would agree, Ron, and I like the way you're thinking. And Pete Crow Armstrong is the Benny's Beverage Depot Toast of the Game ball player. Here comes the 1-0 to Gilbert. Drew Gilbert takes outside. Thanks to Zach Zabin for keeping all of these commercials organized. Here's the 2-0. Gilbert takes outside. One away, bottom of the ninth.
Zach's had a rough game today. Getting updates about the basketball game. There's a lot going on here in this booth today.
Here's the 3-0. We had my nephews and one of my great nephews. They're all great, actually, but officially one is a great nephew, and Andy and Patrick, the sons of my daughter, my sister. I'm getting messed up.
Yeah.
Here comes the 3-1. My sister Debbie, her two sons, and then my great nephew Alexander, also known as Alex. And it was great to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Full count on Drew Gilbert. I think Alex is going to be a ball player. I do.
Yeah, all-star catcher.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We'll be shooting baskets against each other before you know it. And now the 3-2 on the way to Gilbert is taken down low and inside for ball 4. You don't want to walk guys when you lead by 5 runs. 1 out, 1 on, and the batter Eric Haas.
And now let's see if we can get that slider to the outside corner. Maybe you get a hooked ground ball to Dansby or Ramirez. You might be able to turn a pair.
Haas, a right-handed batting catcher, is up there. Here's the pitch on the way. And he'll take a strike. What would be the best pitch to throw to try to induce a ground ball?
I would think that slider down and away.
Better than a sinker?
Well, that's his best pitch is the slider. I think, you'll get hitter to pull off that slider.
Here's a bouncing ball to short. Swanson goes to second, 1, and that's all. They get 1. The ball's just not hit hard enough to get 2. But now the Giants are down to their last chance.
A good pitch, and he induced the ground ball. Just didn't hit it hard enough at Dansby.
Luis Arise is the batter. Arise had a triple back in the 3rd inning. And the pitch on the way to Arise is taken for a ball, 1-0. Cubs lead 6-1, 2 down, last of the 9th inning. Cubs going to guarantee a series win if they can hang on to this advantage. And that would be significant. It would be the first series win since sweeping the Reds at Wrigley back in the 2nd week of May. So it's been a while. Here's the 2-0. And it's outside for a ball. In fact, it's been a painfully long time.
Yeah, Cubs have, they've been an extremely streaky ball club so far this year.
And now the 3-0, it's a strike to Luis Arise. Three and 1 with a man at first, 2 down, 9th inning. Cubs on top, 6-1. Maton to Arise, fouled away. Not surprised that Arise is grinding out this last at bat. That's just the way he is, Ron.
Yeah, that's his style. There's no doubt. He is one of the elite hitters, one of the elite bat to ball guys in our game right now. And the thing that's so impressive is he sprays the ball around the field. He can hang out a line drive with the best of them.
Giants down to their last strike. The 3-2 on the way, lifted foul to left out of play. The ball hit down the left field line. I see thousands of Cub fans standing down the first base line. behind that Cubs dugout. All the Cubs in the dugout up on the top step, leaning on the railing, ready to celebrate. The 3-2. Ground ball to short. This is going to do it. Dansby throws to first. Cubs win the ball game. Cubs win it by a score of 6-1. They start to celebrate. They have won the series. They've won 3 games in a row. All in all, a good night for the Cubs, Ron.